He didn't. Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hot Crocs. Fuck.
Starting early now.
Them hot crocodiles.
Did you not have coffee? Oh, yeah.
Love them hot cracks.
Chug.
Yes.
It's so hard to swallow when there's so much in your mouth. That's what she said.
I was just about to say that.
All right, let me try that again. Every time I eat pizza lately,
This man.
I keep having acid reflux. And so, like, I'll eat and then I keep burping and it's all acidy and stuff. I think I'm going to have to cut down on the amount of pizza that I eat.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I mean, it's only been 3 times this week. Like, only. I should be able to do at least 5 without any repercussions, right? No? All right. Anywho, hello, guys. Welcome to the Crocs and Hot Pockets show. Today is Sunday, July 3rd, and this is episode number 3. Crocs and Hot Pockets is a show where we talk about life, talk about streaming, gaming, and everything in between for your viewing and now listening pleasure. We're going to start by going around the room. We're going to introduce you to all the guests, find out what's been going on in their lives, talk about some video games, all that related stuff. But before we get started, just want to go over a couple quick notes. First of all, chat participation. It's one thing we pride over here. So there's 2 commands you guys need to know about in chat. The first one is the question command. At any point during the show, you guys are able to ask us questions by using the question command. So exclamation point question followed by your question in chat. But don't do it yet because I didn't start that bot yet. But I'm going to do that in a couple seconds after I'm done going over these show notes. Fuck me, right? In addition to that, Crocs and Hot Pockets is officially a podcast on iTunes. So if you can get it on iTunes, you can pretty much get it anywhere else. So use your favorite podcast app if you guys want an audio version of this. I'm not sure how long it takes. I think it's usually like a day. By the time I upload it, it gets to iTunes and then it gets published. So if you guys are looking for an audio version, it will be out sometime tomorrow. In addition to that, there is officially a new text channel in the Knackers Discord, which you can find a link for below. If you guys hear about any gaming or tech-related news that you think we would like to talk about on the show, you guys can now submit news articles to us. So if you guys want to do that, there is a link to the Discord down below. Once you get in, there is a CAHP or Crocs and Hot Pockets text channel in the Discord. So you guys can, at any point during the... that was on purpose, okay? At any point during the next 2 weeks, if you guys come across a news article that you think we would like, go ahead and throw it in there. There's a chance that we already have it on our list, or there's a chance that we didn't see it. You know, when it comes to myself, Robot42, and Speed, we pretty much play a lot of the same games, so we're kind of only looking out for news that pertain to the games that we play. So if you guys want to get in on helping submitting news articles for us to talk about on the show, get in the Discord down below. That is it for the quick notes for the beginning. So now we're just going to go around, introduce everybody. So guys, we're going to start with Amber. Who are you and where can we find you online?
I'm Amber's Arcade, and if you just search Amber's Arcade, one word, no apostrophe, you'll find me. Twitter, Amber's Arcade. Twitch, Amber's Arcade. Facebook, Amber's Arcade. Instagram, Amber's Arcade. It's all good.
I remember when I first, I first started following you and I Googled you, creep. It was all of the social media was you. There wasn't any other people that had a remote name that was close to yours. So good.
That's how you know you have a good name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you do Amber's Arcade, 2 words with an apostrophe, there's some kind of, it's like a music album of some sort or something, but I've pretty much tried to take it over, and hopefully in the next couple months I want to be able to buy a domain, which I haven't done yet. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
.tv.
Yeah.
.xxx.
No.
I've actually thought about getting Bad Robot .xxx.
Do it.
That could be, you know what, in like way in the future, that could be very viable. You could sell that probably for a lot of money once like VR and androids take over.
Bad robot. Oh god.
I could just imagine.
There's gonna be some weird fetishes going on that channel.
Just put sound clips on that website of just you from games, just being like, oh, it's all these different noises of you like moaning or something like that.
No, please, I'm virgin, please.
No, I'm a virgin. Stop it. I was just gonna have it like forward to like Meat Spin or Lemon Party. Just like have it. I'll have like a list of domains it can choose from that would automatically forward someone to.
Meat Spin for
'Cause
days.
That's evil.
A lot of times when I talk trash in games, especially Rainbow Six, like if we just demolish them, I'll just be like, yo, follow me at twitch.tv/bangbus, you know? And I've always wanted to register that and then, or maybe I'll just do like badbadrobot.xxx, you know? And then it goes to Meat Spin.
I mean, if you are gonna spam that to people in chat, you should get like a DNS forward so that they go to that and it just goes right to Meat Spin.
Yeah. Yep.
Be funny. Okay, cool. Speed Demon, who are you and where the fuck can we find you?
I'm Speed Demon. Like I've said before, I don't really do social media that much, so you'll really find me on the forums and in GSN Discord.
You're not on social media yet.
I can't do it. I just don't find the time, and I think it's worthless.
The time, please.
I just can't. I don't want to set it up or anything. I don't want to have to deal with it.
If there's anybody
you know
interested in taking Speed Demon's spot on the show in 2 weeks, hit me up on Discord. Sorry, Robot, go ahead.
No, I Speed Demon is actually on Snapchat, and he sent me a video of he was watching me stream, and he's just like, "That's the only thing I've ever gotten from
That's a
him."
good snap.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Your
I
snaps are really
laughed while I
funny,
was on the
Speed.
toilet.
Actually, I haven't gotten on Snapchat in a while. My Snapchat's actually Frackin' Amber.
Frack it,
FRAKKINAMBER. I was thinking about Battlestar Galactica when I made it. So
See, but now you seem like you
Ah,
support fracking, and that might not go over so well.
Ooh.
Gonna have
That's
to-
bad.
I was about to say, how's it not Amber's Arcade? Mr. 42, hello.
Hello, Mr. 42. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. 42 TV and on what did I write down? Mr. 42 on Twitch and Snapchat, and then on the GSN Game forums and Discord.
All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Bad Robot.
What's up, guys? I'm Bad Robot. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at the Bad Robot. I stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. And hello, guys. My name is Knackers. You can find me pretty much on this channel. And I'm also on Twitter at NAACKERS. And one thing that I forgot to bring up last week, for those of you who are listening now or listening later or watching live and you might be new, you might hear us talking about something called GSN. We're GSN Gaming frequently, and this is actually the gaming community that a lot of us are a part of. So if you guys are interested, gsngaming.com, we reference a lot of articles that are posted there, so just in case you hadn't heard of it before, that's where it's from. All right, cool. Thanks for those introductions. Next up, let's talk about real quick. What the fuck are you drinking, eh? And we're starting with you, Amber.
okay, I actually took a picture of the description
Ooh.
because I'm drinking a benevolent Belgian blonde ale
Ooh.
from a local brewery called St. Joseph Brewery. And because it's built inside an old 18th century church, like a cathedral kind of.
Sweet.
Wow.
So there's a big brewery restaurant in this thing, and all their beers are kind of named church related. So it is a medium-bodied blonde ale that balances a slight malty sweetness with the rich complexity of Belgian yeast.
Oh my goodness. Multi-sweetness.
Approved by Jesus.
On the side of holy.
That's a good name. That malty sweetness.
I like the alliteration of that beer name. What a wonderful title.
Benevolent blonde. It's pretty tasty. I
Sounds
live within walking and or biking distance of about 10 local breweries. So
dangerous.
got some good choices.
Benevolent?
You're slow rolling.
Benevolent?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
Banana.
Yo, how do you like your blondes? Benevolent. And wet and hoppy.
And malty and sweet. I don't know. No.
I like a malty sweet.
Yeah.
Now, is that restaurant, is it like a microbrewery or is it just like full out brewery with just some food?
No, they're a full restaurant, and they usually have about 12, 13 different
Wow.
of their own beers rotated. They have some house beers throughout the year, and they do seasonal stuff too. They've only been open for about 2 years now, and it's just really cool. You walk in and it's like people sit in pews, and like at the altar, that's where they put all the big, things to brew the beer and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool.
Instead of walking up to get baptized, you walk up to fill a pint of beer.
Yep, exactly.
I'll baptize myself in a blonde ale.
This holy
Yeah.
water.
Beer at church.
That is awesome. All right, Speed. I swear to God, if you say sweet tea,
Sweet tea.
fuck yeah!
All right. I lived in North Carolina, and I guess maybe kind of Illinois. Sweet tea is, I heard you guys in the last episode, sweet tea is totally a thing here too. And I love it.
I love it. I
You're
wish
not
there
alone,
was
man.
More of it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but Amber, do you have like authentic good sweet tea?
Well, I've made sweet tea. And we can get it at McDonald's and stuff. Or you can order sweet tea at a lot of restaurants too here.
That's the tell right there. Like if restaurants offer it,
Mhm.
that's usually a thing in the area.
But if you
Yeah.
ask for sweet tea and they go, then
What?
you don't get it there.
Oh yeah, no, we
What-
do.
Exactly.
What you do, Knackers, is you go to the store, buy some tea bags, and you boil the tea like normal, and then you put 2 cups of sugar in it. Boom, sweet tea.
You make it homemade, Speed?
Mhm.
All right.
It's not hard.
All right.
You guys act like
I'm
this
a
is
little...
an art. It's boiling fucking water and putting it in a jug and putting sugar.
I
was
do it
just gonna
too.
say,
I
was
do
so
it too
proud of
for
you.
I do it for like sun tea, like sun iced tea, where you put it like in the sun all day and it brews that way, and then you put the sugar in it and then refrigerate it with some ice. And
I'm
Does
gonna-
it, well, it never gets up to boiling temperature, but it gets hot enough to like.
yeah, it doesn't have
Oh.
water doesn't have to boil
Yeah.
for you to brew tea, but
How hot?
It could be warm.
Okay.
I'm
As long as it's
gonna come on the show in 2 weeks with third degree burns on my balls and be like, "You told me to teabag a hot bottle of water." So okay,
I put sugar on it to make it feel better. No.
BJ Sugar. Is there any specific brand of tea that will work better than others, Speed?
I don't really care. I just go buy the tea bag and use it.
But like,
I
what,
don't
what
really look for a
flavor?
particular can.
What flavor of tea?
It depends. I just get original, normal.
Like
I don't know.
Lipton?
Oh my
There's
God.
blueberry. There's all sorts of different teas. I've even seen like a coffee grain tea, and I didn't try
Yeah.
it. So
Hmm.
Okay.
There's a
Interesting.
black tea. Black tea has the highest caffeine content.
Okay.
Yes, but it's also bitter.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm drinking sweet tea. I don't know if I want caffeine because I feel like I would drink a lot of it.
yeah, I drink like a gallon probably a day.
You piss leaves.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. It's,
Oh god. All right. We're gonna talk about this another time, Speed, because I want to make my own. Mr. 42.
I'm drinking more of my fancy French beer because, like I said, I went
Ooh.
camping and we bought so much of it, and I got given all of it. So it's Kronenberg Blanc, in case you want to see it.
Blanc. Such a French
So
word.
fancy.
It's citrusy, so I really enjoy it on the hot days.
Very
for
good.
show.
BBR.
So I'm drinking water with a little bit of ice in a Starbucks cup. I had iced coffee. I've been just like living off this stuff. It's been so good because of the weather, obviously. So I figured I shouldn't drink beer because I'll get sleepy. And if I have more coffee, I won't sleep tonight. So, but as far as like iced coffee, like I've just been going like I told you guys how I had to stop drinking coffee because it was too acidic and it was like upsetting my stomach. And I switched over to tea for a month, and then it got really bland and really boring. I started doing iced tea and iced coffee because it's just easier on my stomach.
Yeah.
But I still get the same caffeine that I need to just like, especially with work. Work's been absolutely nuts. Multiple days last week, I was working from 10 in the morning to 10 at night, just like nonstop. I probably got up to pee like 3 times and ate at my desk. It's just been kind of crazy. So I've been trying to stay hydrated. So yeah, water.
I've
You-
never
One
had
time.
a iced coffee.
You really sold that water.
You
It
did.
was
Oh yeah.
If you do have an iced coffee, Speed, get one from Dunkin' Donuts. Those are really good.
Mm.
Okay, I think we have one Dunkin' Donuts. We might have mostly like a Shipley's, if you guys ever heard of them. So
Mm-mm.
Shipley's.
they're open 3 hours because all the donuts are gone by the time. So they're
They must
pretty
be
good
good.
down here.
Speed lives in the desert surrounded by a moat on an island somewhere that apparently
What?
nothing else lives except
yeah.
Budweiser, sweet tea, and camouflage grass.
I know. I never see the fucking grass. I don't even know where to mow.
No wonder you have so much time to not be on social media.
Right? Got all this grass I don't have to cut. All right. Well, I am obviously drinking a Monster right now, but I have some Atwater Vanilla Java Porter that are waiting in my fridge. Once this caffeine brings me up to where I need to be, and then we'll go back to the beer.
Then you're just gonna bring yourself back down
Yeah,
again.
yeah. It's usually like I'm like almost falling asleep at the end of the day, and I just spike an energy drink for a quick pick me up, and then the beer just brings me down. But then the happiness comes up. It's so sad.
Yeah, if I have an energy drink, Nick's seen it where it'll hit me, like I'll drink it, it'll hit me an hour later, and then I don't sleep that night. Like it's just constantly, brain won't go to sleep. So I have to be very careful with that kind of stuff.
It's just like I picture the cells in your brain getting the blood flow with the energy drink in it, and your brain cells being like, it's like,
We're going.
just go, we gotta go. He's going to sleep. No.
Save
Yep,
yourself.
that's about it. And then I end up watching 3 seasons of The Office at night.
Hey, fun fact: 2 weeks ago, I met Meredith from The Office. I
Ooh.
think her name's Kate Flannery.
Did she
Flannery
show you her
something.
tits?
No. But it was at my work, and she was here in town with Jane Lynch and some other people doing a show nearby. And they walked in, and I was like, "Oh my God, that's her." And I didn't say anything, and and then one of her friends that she was with came up and was like, "Hey, you guys watch The Office?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah.
And he's like, "She's the drunk one." I was like, "I know."
That's awesome.
And I didn't get any pictures because they're not allowed to have her phones out. And I was just like,
Oh.
Oh, wow.
This picture in my mind.
You have the
Guys,
memory.
it didn't happen. We don't even have pictures. I don't
I
believe it.
know. I know.
We believe you.
Sad.
Speed doesn't though.
No.
Good stuff. All right. Next up, let's talk about real life and what the fuck we've been doing lately that is not gaming related. We'll get to that stuff later, but we'll start with you, Amber. What's been going on lately? I know for those of you who haven't been around since GSN Weekly, me and my brother, Bad Robot here, we did a GSN Weekly talk show, which is pretty much an every week talk show about the community, about video games and stuff like that. And we actually had Amber on for, I think, one of the final episodes within the last... I think the last 10 that we did. So Amber, welcome back.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Actually, after we had Amber on the show, we're like, all right, she ruined it. Let's call it.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's
Seriously,
not
I
gonna
go
get
back
any
and
better
I go
than
back
that.
and watch that VOD, and it's so funny.
That was a great episode. We had so much fun.
It was definitely one of the top favorites for sure.
Yep.
All right, Amber, what you been up to? I guess since the last time we had it on GSN Weekly.
Oh man, I was just thinking like in the last couple weeks, that's what I wrote down. I guess kind of big events that have happened so far this year. Well, yeah, I got a new job, which is great.
Money is good.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like I work at a place that it's retail-ish, but it's more of like a small business, and it's run by a really nice married couple, and we have a small amount of staff, and it's just kind of real tight-knit, and I pretty much deal with people that are happy all the time and don't get
That's
bitched
good.
out, and that's pretty great.
Cool.
Let's see. One thing that was really cool that happened in April, I went to MLG Columbus for the Counter-Strike Global Offensive major that went on.
Ooh.
And that was just, I've been to a couple esport events before, and that great. I felt like I'd never have cheered that loud even at a regular sporting event, you know.
That's awesome.
That was great. And
And
then,
are you a huge fan of CS:GO? Like,
I love watching it. I watch it all the time. And I'm like, I know about all the teams, like roster changes and like all the kind of drama and like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't even think I have 25 hours of CS:GO. I don't even play competitive.
that's
Like,
so funny.
you know what I mean? So it's just kind of, I'm kind of the, you know, esports spectator that people are, I don't know. I'm not their demographic, but hey, it's working somehow. I really like watching it. Yeah. But as far as the last couple weeks, I live in Indianapolis, and we had Indie PopCon, it's in its third year, and it's just a pop culture convention that we have. They bring in a bunch of YouTubers, and they have, you know, TV, movie stars, you know, artists, comic book people. They had like a big wrestling thing this year, and they're kind of stepping up their gaming thing. They had some big Call of Duty, Overwatch, Dota tournaments going on. But I went to there, and it was really fun because my brother got to come visit, and I got to meet. Do any of you guys watch Battlestar Galactica, or have you?
Yes.
Okay, I met Saul Ty, the actor Michael Hogan, who plays Colonel Saul Ty, the XO. And for the past 2 years, they've had actors from Battlestar, you know, visit or whatever. So I've been able to meet Adama and then Duala the last couple years. So I was like, well, I gotta go now and get a picture with him and all that stuff. So, and it was just great because they actually bring in a lot of indie developers as well for their gaming sections. So it was just nice to be able to talk to a lot of devs, and
Awesome.
it's been good. And what else have I been doing?
You're our indie
Oh.
game extraordinaire, by the way.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like work too, it's just I work so close that I'm able to bike to work every day. And there's a thing in our city called Pacers Bike Share. It's a bike share where there are these stations of bikes all around the city, and you can pay either every day or do a yearly membership, and you can check out the bike and have 30 minutes and then to get to another station, and you check it back in. So I've been able to bike back and forth from work, and it's
Wow.
just great living downtown and living, you know, just far away from a place that you don't want to walk to, but you also don't want to drive to it and
Mhm.
try and find parking. Having this bike thing has been amazing. So I've been outdoors a lot, a lot more.
That's awesome.
Trying to biking around the city on these little rentable bikes and stuff like that. It's been pretty great. And I've been reading a lot more. I'm kind of into space opera. Like, it's just kind of like grand scale sci-fi books that are like, they're all like 800 pages long, and I kind of question why I do it sometimes. But
No, not opera in space.
That's what I was.
yeah, they're just like these massive, it's like Game of Thrones style, you know, novels that are just like, you know, deep character descriptions and plots and twists and turns, and they're just crazy long. But
Cool.
I have my Kindle, and you can check out books from my library, and you can just download them to your Kindle. So I've been able to read a lot more. It's been pretty good.
You get digital
Yeah, I
late
work-
fees.
Yeah, no, it's good. because
Push
sometimes
notifications.
when I'm not done, I just like turn off my Wi-Fi, and so they can't take the book
Oh.
back. So I just keep reading. But yeah, I worked
Smart.
8 hours today, so my voice is kind of. But yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Good shit. All right. Mr. Speed Demon, what's going on with you, buddy?
She's gonna make it seem like I have a pathetic life. I have not had the chance to do anything for like the past 2 weeks because I've been covering someone else's shift at work, and apparently they got arrested not too long ago for trying to rob a Palmer home. So just been stuck working for 2 weeks. This is like the first time I've been off in 2 weeks. So I mean, it's a lot of overtime, but still, it's crazy.
Means you're coming to the land party.
Yeah.
Make that cash.
Yeah, buddy.
That cash.
I want to go to the land party.
It's gonna be dope.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's it. You got nothing else. You haven't shit your pants in the last 2 weeks.
No.
Not- You
Sadly not. I
hesitated.
bought the diapers and everything. I still haven't shit my pants. So.
Just in case.
Yeah, boring.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
man.
been pretty boring for me lately.
Okay, that's all right. Well, you got another 2 weeks to redeem yourself. Don't worry.
All right.
Mr. 42, what's been up with you, buddy?
Not a whole lot other than work. I've been going on a few bike rides just because the weather's been really, really nice. We've been having some ridiculous weather where I live, though. We live like, I want to say like an hour away from mountains, or from the Rocky Mountains, essentially, the city I live in. So we get just like ridiculous weather because we're on the non-coast side of the mountains. So all the crazy weather goes over top the mountains, and then as the prairie weather air mixes it up, we just get the craziest shit. So like every single day this week, it's been like 30 degrees. Oh, I don't know I can't remember what the conversion is, but really, really hot during the day for us. And then the evening is just thunderstorm after thunderstorm, tornado warning after tornado warning.
Whoa.
I think it was you that had a Snapchat where it was like a wall of dark clouds like off in the distance, and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah. Hold the line.
Hold the line.
Hold the line, boys.
Yeah. So most of my days have just been spent working, and then after work, it's if it's not storming, I'm either outside bike riding or inside gaming, playing a lot of guitar. I'm going on vacation in like 3 weeks for a week and a half out to beach country, so I'm getting ready for that.
Nice.
Awesome. How long into the fall does it stay nice outside for where you're at? Like, when could you have your last barbecue outside?
Probably like mid-October.
Okay, so pretty late.
Yeah, like it's usually around Halloween's usually like it might snow, it might not snow.
Okay. It's when the fucking maple syrup stops growing from the trees, eh?
The maple syrup stops flowing, party ends.
It starts freezing, you gotta get it from the inside, eh? Cool. Robot, what's been up with you?
So I've been kind of like slow with work the past couple of weeks. Like I've had stuff to do, but I've had a lot of like big projects like on the line. And now all of them are like kicking off, of course, like prime time summer. So I've been working a lot. I've basically only gotten gaming time in like late nights throughout the weeks. But last weekend, me and my wife, she just wanted to do an impromptu backpacking trip. So we just drove 3 hours northeast in Michigan, or northwest, sorry, in Michigan, right along Lake Michigan, are dunes. So we go backpacking. We pack up 30 pounds of gear each on our backs, and we brought the dogs with us, and they have their own backpacks, so they carry their own water and their own food.
Nice.
And we just kind of like park the car. We hike 3 or 4 miles to the beach, and then probably another mile or 2 down the beach to find like a spot away from like everybody. You know, we don't. Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's super sweet. So we probably only went in like a couple 100 feet from Lake Michigan, and we were like on top of this dune. We had a tree that provided us shade and stuff, so we set up camp and we stayed out there for about 3 days. Dogs loved it. You know, they're just like ready to do anything. So they had a blast. And it was hot. It was like 80, 85, 90 degrees. Oof. And when that sun, it just radiates off, the sand. So hot as balls, some might say.
Well, the balls are actually slightly cooler than the core temperature of the body, which is 98.6.
Wow. So yeah, we stayed there, and we stayed the first night. Second night was awesome. Third night, we were just going to sleep. It was like midnight. Campfire had just gone out, and all of a sudden we hear like a bunch of people yelling and screaming, and like some dipshits came and set up camp at like 1 a.m, like right down the dune from us. They had no idea we were up there, and they just made noise for like 2 hours, and it just the way the sound carries across the dunes, it was like they were right next to us, and it was the most irritating. It just kind of like ruined the end of the trip. We were so pissed. Like I held back because it sounded like some rowdy teenagers getting drunk, and like guys and girls and stuff, and I always just like got up and was like, shut up, and just like let it ring across all the dunes, because I can scream loud.
I'm surprised you didn't.
I'm surprised I didn't too. I really tried to keep my cool, but next time I'm not letting that happen.
Go farther.
Yeah, go. Yeah, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, eh?
You're scaring off all the moose, eh? There was, you gotta.
So,
I'm all about like being civil, but when it comes to like my relationship, like I'm taking 2 days out of my normal life to like be one with nature, and you are fucking
to
it up.
disconnect. Yeah, we didn't have phones, we didn't bring any electronics, we were like completely disconnecting. We didn't want to be by any. First of all, because like we want to be able to walk 50 feet and take a shit, and like literally where they set up camp, we took shits. So I hope they set up their tent in it. So that was pretty eventful last week. We're probably gonna do another 1 or 2 backpacking trips because we have all the gear. It's super easy. We just pay for gas, and then we pay for the food that we bring, and we got all the gear, so we just go. It's a quick vacation. It's fun.
That's awesome. When you were talking about your dogs, for those of you who don't know, Robot has 2 beautiful Australian Shepherd Border Collies. And for the first 10...
Oh, I know. I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
The first 10 times I went to Robot's house when they got the dogs, the mother would bite my ankles when I would come into the house. And so we went to my
She's a herding dog. She was nipping them.
Yeah. So we went to my girlfriend's cousin's house today, and giant German Shepherd, huge baby. He's 12 years old. And I walk into the kitchen, and I feel nips on the back of my calves. I'm like, not again. That was funny because German Shepherds herding dogs too.
No, they're working dogs, but
okay, but
he might have something.
I was like, does your dog always bite people's ankles? And they're very rarely, never. I'm like, oh great, just me then.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then this weekend, just relaxing, playing games. We had a barbecue. We went over somebody's house last night, and we ate so much food. 3 types of different chickens, jerky chicken, spicy chicken, baked beans, just anything you could want. They were like, here, eat it, please. We're like, okay. I'm not.
You gotta tell me.
Have you ever cooked baked beans with bacon in it?
Yes.
That stuff's the bomb.
That's how you got to do it. However, the wife of where we went, she was a vegetarian, so she didn't want to put bacon in it.
You should have not have went.
I almost cut
it.
Yeah.
Omnivores.
Yeah.
I had baked beans one time where they literally, the top coating of beans was a bacon weave, and they just cut it into squares, so they would pull out baked beans, and you would have a layer of bacon weave on top.
Now see what they needed to do was just pie crust out of bacon and then fill it with baked beans.
Oh my god.
With a little bit of cinnamon sugar on top.
Oh,
Bacon
please stop.
pie.
We all know what Knacker's birthday cake is going to be. A bacon bean cake.
You know what? Speaking of pie crust, I've always wanted to do poutine pie the same way, bake poutine into a pie and eat it. Oh god,
that sounds good. It'd be like a chicken pot pie except poutine in the middle, flaky crust or something.
Oh, none of us would be all over that shit if it's got pot pie in it.
Crocs and Hot Pockets will be airing as a social eating stream in 2 weeks.
Yes,
poutine
that
every
actually
time.
would be kind of cool.
Good stuff. Any other things, Robot?
Today literally did nothing. I played video games all day. It's been glorious. So
awesome.
It's been a good 2 weeks.
Good shit. I have officially moved over to the vanilla Java Porter, so time to go.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers, hey, fucking cheers, eh?
Cheers, eh?
A Canadian
I hate being that person. I was gonna say I hate being that person at the bar when everyone cheers. I'm like, water. DD.
As far as knackers, not too much has been going on these past 2 weeks. Been doing a lot of script writing for my other channel, my other YouTube channel, Geekmatic TV. Just a couple like tech tutorials and stuff. I've also been doing some bike riding, and we live in a very small downtown area in Michigan. And every once in a while, we'll just kind of go out and explore and find what other shops we can find. And so we're walking the other day, and there's 2 giant restaurants, and then like a single, like it's like red brick, white brick, and then glass, and just like one glass door, and you can only fit like one door. And we're like, what the hell is that? And then there's a sign that says 24-hour daily dinette. I'm like, oh, what is this? Mm-hmm. So you open the door and you walk in between the 2 restaurants. The right side is all glass, so you can see into the restaurant. And then the left side is just brick. You go all the way to the back and make a right. And it's this diner that does pastries, like breakfast food. They do milkshakes, and they're open 24 hours. And so we were just passing by at night, and I'm looking at the menu, looking. I see chicken and waffles front and center. I'm like, oh, I'm coming back for you. So on Saturday, me and my girlfriend rode our bikes up there. I got chicken and waffles, a milkshake, and a donut. Now I'm going to post this link in chat. I got a double chocolate milkshake with a Homer donut. So it's literally a donut that looks like it came from Simpsons.
Homer.
And I honestly, it was so sweet. I could only finish half of it, but it was super good. And the chicken and waffles.
Pussy.
The chicken and waffles I ate all of, though.
That's good.
That's good.
Just want to make you proud. But and so that was fantastic. So it was cool kind of going into the mini downtown area and just finding that little nook and cranny. So we'll definitely be going back
take me
soon.
there.
Yeah. And like you get a milkshake, you add a donut for $1. Like $1, and they put a donut on top of your milkshake. Come on.
It's a no-brainer.
That's pretty good.
We wonder why obesity is a problem in our country.
You could say it's a dough-brainer.
That was good.
It's like 5.
Do you want a chicken salad with 100 calories? $12. You want a milkshake with a donut? $2. But that's pretty much what I've been doing lately.
Sweet.
Cool. Let's move on to some games. Let's talk about some games, because this is a Twitch gaming show. But we got to figure out what's going on in everybody's lives. Get caught up. By the way, I also have some summer sausage that I'm about to stick my mouth on. But other than that, as far as games, what have you guys been playing? And have you bought any new ones? Any new ones that you would like to share with us or with chat? And of course, Amber, we will start with you.
I feel like, should I really start? Because I feel like I might, I don't know, like explaining games that you guys probably have no idea about. I don't want to.
I brought a pillow in case
long.
I was going to take a nap.
No, I want to broaden my array of games that I play, and I want to know what else is out there, because I have a very small bubble of the games that I play, and I'm sure there's people in chat who can relate with your same, genre of games that you like. So please.
All right.
Do it.
Just let loose, I guess. All right. So this is related to the first game that I've been playing. This awesome card that I got. These 2 cards right here are the symbol from Brigador. It's probably backwards. I met the dev. It's actually a brother team, 2 brothers, but only one was at Indie PopCon. I met him at Indie PopCon, and I kind of heard some rumblings about Brigador and a lot of misconceptions and stuff like that. And I was like, well, they were going to be at the con. I probably knew I was going to buy it, but I was going to wait to play it there and talk to the guy. And I was just blown away. It's this kind of isometric, almost I guess I can say Neo Tokyo kind of style. Like it has that like bright neon color stuff. And you play a bunch of mechs, and essentially you're on this planet called Solo Nobre, and it's like a big dictatorship, and your leader has died, and you have to liberate Solo Nobre by going around and pretty much killing everything. You have different missions and stuff, but it's this neat little isometric game where you can choose like all these different mechs, and they're not saying mechs is kind of a bad way, because you can play aerial kind of bots or tanks, and the controls are what really got me, because I've never played anything with real tank controls where you have, if you're playing one of the tanks, you have your direction that you're going in on one arrow, and then with your mouse you use for your guns. So you're kind of, you have to think about both at once, and if you're pressing W, but if you're facing backward, you'll go backwards, and it's kind of, and it's just so great. You can customize like all your weapons and stuff in freelance mode, and everything is destructible. The music is amazing. That's what I kind of linked to you before last week, Knackers.
Yep.
It's just so great. It was made by like 4 people, something like that. And man, a lot of people think that it's kind of a twin stick shooter thing. There is no controller support yet, and it's far from it. It's a lot of tactile decisions and a lot of strategy that goes into which mechs you choose and what weapons you use to try and complete these missions the best way possible. And it's so much fun. And the guys were great.
I'm looking
they
at
were
the
working on this
Steam.
game for like 5 years. Yeah.
I'm looking at the Steam trailer right now. I just wish listed it.
Is it like 3D pixel art?
Yeah, kind of.
Or is it just,
it looks like
style's cool.
3D. It's like StarCraft, like Skyview. If Rampage was 3D and you were in a tank in like super bright colors, it looked. I'm looking at this video right now and I'm like, this looks awesome.
So is it multiplayer or?
No, it's not. It's just
single player.
Single player. Yep. But there's a lot. There's a lot to do. I think there's 21 campaign missions, and then you gain money when you're completing different missions and stuff, and then you can unlock, you can buy lore, you can buy new pilots and stuff like that, just with the in-game stuff. But man, it is so much fun. I streamed it a couple weeks ago because my internet was shit last week, so I wasn't able to stream. But yeah, it's pretty great. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Awesome. Wish listed for show. See, Amber, this is why.
Yeah. And the guys are really cool. The guys, they're great. They're great brothers. And the next game that I've been playing is called Duskers. Ooh. And this is something, you go to the Steam page, and it's easy, to see why a lot of people have just kind of like gone by it, because you look at it and it doesn't really convey it. The trailer isn't very good, and the gameplay that you see doesn't really convey really how great it is, I guess. But you're essentially, you yourself play somebody at a terminal in space. Everything is dead, and all you have are these drones to explore these derelict ships and like solar systems and stuff.
Derelict my balls.
And you use command line prompts to control these different drones and equip different things to explore these ships and gather resources and kind of figure out what has happened. And it's all roguelike. So you start off with 3 drones. One drone will have like a motion sensors thing, and you have to type in like /motion room this whatever, or you have to control a drone to get to a generator so you can power up the ship that you're exploring. And there's like enemies and stuff around, and really cool sound design. Where when you're switching views between different drones, they have a mic, but it's kind of static, so you can kind of hear like things like tapping on the walls, or you kind of like, and then when you fly away from them, it's all directional, so you kind of hear it but you don't. And it is, I get scared and I get really stressed out.
It's Matthew McConaughey and TARS from the 4th dimension.
Yeah, and it's because you can pilot the drones yourself and use like WASD to kind of move around, but the majority of the game is used through a command line. So it's kind of like you're kind of learning the commands, and all of a sudden if something happens, then you're like, oh my god, close this door. You're like typing in like close that door, close. send all these drones to this, room or this evacuation point, and blah, blah, blah. And
That's
it's just
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
This sounds like a game Pronity would love.
He
Writing
probably
a bunch of
has
code
it.
and shit.
He probably's owned it.
That's true.
But
It's
I feel
3,000
like
games.
it doesn't have a very steep learning curve because you're just presented with everything. And, when you start a new run, it eases you into it. It's not like the first room you enter is going to be all the bad shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then there are certain things that happen that are randomly generated, like some of your cameras will go out, or some of your abilities with your drones kind of have a percentage of failure. So like with a motion sensor thing, you'll hit the motion sensor and you'll have a room that's green, a room that's red, or a room that's yellow. And so you're like, okay, that room's good because it's green. But then since there's a 14% chance of failure, there's a room that's yellow. So you're like, oh, I don't know if something's really in there, or should I open the door, or you know what I mean? So
God.
it's pretty good. It's good with strategy.
Sounds terrifying.
Five Nights at Freddy's in space.
I was gonna say, I feel like with that thing you were talking about with the sound, I just get, whenever I get games like that where it has that like crazy background noise that it can make games like that do,
Mm-hmm.
I get terrible audio tunnel vision, I guess I would call it. So like if anyone ever sends me those like knocking YouTube videos that you see people prank people on Twitch with, I would all day I'd just be sitting there pausing the game.
That scared the living daylights out of me.
Yeah.
Like, someone sent, it looked like a JPEG, and it was like, and I looked, and there's no door over here. It's just a wall, and I'm just like,
That's the
terrified me.
It's even worse because I live at home by myself,
Yeah.
and I'm on the top floor of my house. So I have 2 floors below me that if I heard knocking, I'd just be like, oh.
Oh wow.
With with Duskers, there's no music at all. And you get after reports and stuff of gathering intel, you get these kind of scrambled text logs. That's how you figure out the narrative and everything. And I haven't played much of it, but I've never played anything like it before, and it's already, I think it's like my game of the year, because it's just that kind of uniqueness of using a keyboard, for everything, and typing these things in with a command line. And it's just really clever, and just something I've never experienced that I really enjoy.
Looking at it, I don't think I would enjoy it, but hearing you talk about it has me intrigued.
Exactly. Like, I didn't think so either, but then there
I
are
would totally
a
pass
few
this
people
up.
that I really like, I highly respect as far as with kind of game impressions, not necessarily reviews, that I'm just like, okay, these guys are really kind of hyping this up. And over the few years of listening to their stuff, I'm like, all right, I think I can like this, because we're kind of on the same wavelength. And definitely, if you want to try something different, kind of, it's definitely one of the higher ones I recommend for sure.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. And then Polybridge.
Yeah.
That's what I've been playing the last couple days. My brother got it for me and I haven't really had time to play it, but kind of got into it. It's literally low poly bridge creation. It's in early access, but I watched, I think it was Sips from the Yogscast. He did kind of like a let's play of it a long time ago, and he's just hilarious. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun. So I put it on my wish list, and I never really bought it, but I started playing it, and I suck at building bridges, but it's just it's great because you get certain amount of materials and you build a bridge, and there are different circumstances, like either there's a car that just has to go across the water, or you have a guy in a moped and there's a boat coming through, so you have to build the bridge to go over, or you have to build a ramp or something like that. And
that's super cool.
Yeah. And then as you go along in the game, then you get like ropes and steel pieces and hydraulics and stuff, and it kind of like ramps up your construction puzzle making skills, I guess. And it's been really fun. And I quit the game yesterday. I don't really get fuck, I can't figure this out. Every time I try to get it across, it just crashes. And then I went to sleep and I like woke up today and I was just like, I know what I need to do to figure out that level. You know, like one of those, you just like kind of step away for a second. And I'm like, oh man, I can just build 2 ramps and that boat can go through and maybe these guys are going to actually make it over there. And yeah, it's just really, it's cute and it's fun. And there's already, I think there's maybe like eight levels per like area. And I'm sure there's over like 50 levels that you can play already. And there's a freelance mode and stuff. So
I always see gifs of people making crazy backflips off air balloons on Reddit and shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those games I'm like, it looks fun, but I think I get more enjoyment out of seeing people complete it rather than me try and do it.
I'm kind of like, it's kind of something that I thought about it at first. I was like, oh, I could stream this and it'd be fun. But then it's one of those games where it's just like, it's just like, no, you're stupid. Why'd you put that bracer there? And it's going to fail. Critical. I'm like, all right, I study healthcare management. I'm not a fucking architect. Yeah, I can just see myself just getting so salty, with the chat. But
that's funny.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun.
I actually saw you post a screenshot or something I
posted a GIF. I was so happy. That little ramp that I built, it took me a little bit to build, but they made it. And then it was so funny. I have these little backstories that I create in my head while I'm like failing over again about the people that are trying to get across the bridge. And for that one, it was definitely, Moped Man was getting chased after like by a family of 3 in a station wagon, and they just had enough. So he made the jump and they did too. And he got the bad end of the stick.
Tommy Boy. Oh my God, they're burning alive.
Yeah, exactly.
The gameplay with the structures and how you have to set, it kind of reminded me of World of Goo. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
And you had to like use, polygon points to build structures to get yourself, on the other side of the map. So
yeah,
but that looks cool.
It doesn't make me mad to the point where I rage quit. So it's kind of like a nice, I can just play it, like with a stream on my other monitor or something and kind of relax, but still work my brain, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the last game that I've been playing is kind of 2 games in one because I'm excited about another one, and that's Until Dawn on PS4. Have any of you guys played that?
Oh yeah,
I have.
Yeah.
I streamed that not too long ago.
I got it because I got my PS4 during Christmas time, and Until Dawn was one of the first games that I bought. And we kind of played it a little bit, and like my brother was here, stuff, and I was like, I'd never been into like Telltale games or those kind of narratively driven, like QTE kind of game, choose your own adventure games. But I really like this one because it's kind of like, every little thing that you do, just branches off. And I kind of saw a couple people stream it, but I didn't want to spoil myself because I figured I would play it eventually. But I've been playing it more. Along with Tales from the Borderlands, I played a little bit a few days ago because I'm excited for that Detroit Become Human game that they premiered at E3. And comparing Until Dawn to Tales from the Borderlands, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Telltale games, I think. This is the first one that I've played, Tales from the Borderlands, and I'm kind of playing them in conjunction to kind of see how I feel about that genre. And with Until Dawn, I get the same vibe from Detroit Become Human that, your choices really do matter. When I'm playing Tales from the Borderlands, I just don't feel like it's like the overarching story doesn't...
You're on rails.
Yeah. Even though it seems like it. And just with Until Dawn, there are so many little things with conversations and stuff like that I feel like I'm kind of making a difference, and I'm not just like sitting there, pressing a button just to move the story forward.
I think you would like Life is Strange too.
See, that's a lot of people have been saying that too. And I don't know. I just...
Look at me. I'm a 29-year-old male playing a game that was about a young teenage girl and teenage problems, but it like becomes something completely different, and it just pulls you in, and that's like one of those games where you have to, what you do has an effect on the game, the end game. So
the entire game,
even conversation stuff. Yep. Entire game.
Feel strain.
Oh man, feel strain.
Oh no.
So I think you just need to man up and play it and
it's on
decide for yourself.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's probably super cheap, like $10
Let me
or
check
something.
here real quick.
Because
Life is Strange. All of buying the 1 through 5 episodes is only $9.99 right now,
Ooh,
Wow.
and it is
pretty
very
good.
good.
Do it, Amber.
Yeah, I
Yep.
might have to do that because I mean, after seeing Detroit Become Human, I didn't realize that it's actually not just the detective guy. It's you play 2 other androids as well, kind of with their own storyline. So I instantly thought of Until Dawn. I'm like, I can really get into this because it's kind of, you sit back and relax, and I play it on the couch, but I really like it. I'm very hyped. And I guess with the Steam sale, I have purchased Golf with Your Friends.
Yeah.
I really want to play. Seems hilarious.
Oh my god. If we're not doing anything after the stream, we should probably play it. If you're drinking, we gotta play it.
I don't have it.
Oh.
I'll buy it.
All right.
And then I bought Hyperlight Drifter.
How is that?
I haven't played it yet. I don't know.
I
But
wanna
I've just
play
been
that.
waiting, and I'm excited. And then I bought Oxenfree, which is kind of like another. It's not Until Dawn. It's 2D and stuff, but it's that same kind of narrative. Choose your
Butterfly
own
effect.
thing. And then Pony Island, which it isn't what you think it is, and it's kind of I'm not really sure what to expect. I've tried to avoid it. It's just I don't. Just look it up. Just look up Pony Island.
What was
Okay.
is
Oh,
it
that game's weird as hell.
that game, that
I'm gonna
2D
say,
side scroller pixel game? Is it Katana Zero that we were excited about, and you said it ended up being not that great?
Katana's no.
Not Katana Zero. It was like a heavy.
Oh, Slain.
Slain. Did that end up
Yeah.
getting any better?
It's slowly but surely different developers kind of took it over.
Okay.
It's starting to get better, not to the point where I'm gonna buy it, but yeah, their launch was terrible.
That was like a game where I was like waiting for it to come out.
Yeah, me too, man. And I was kind of hyping it up, but
Too bad.
yeah, it sucks.
All right,
But that's
cool.
it.
That's it for you.
Yeah.
All right, Speed, try and top that.
Okay.
If you say Ark, I swear to God.
I have not played Ark for like an hour, and when I played, I spawned in. I got killed by 3 raptors, so I quit. But I've recently bought a couple games off the Steam sale. One was Door Kickers, and basically, if you don't know what that is, you're like a SWAT team. And here, I'm gonna link it in chat real quick. You're basically a SWAT team breaking into a house, warehouse, plane. It's all like just basically the campaign where you can start off as a. Let me get it here real quick.
Oh, kickers.
Well, it's a top-down.
It's a top-down shooter, but you don't really have control over the actual guys. You set a path before you start the mission, and you press play, and they follow the path. And basically, you will die a lot and have to repeat it over and over and over because just how the layout is.
Yeah.
And if you like watch the first video, you can basically see you don't know what's in the house. You're only looking through the line of sight of each person, and it's getting pretty hectic. And I'm stuck at a part that I probably tried over 200 times, and I can't beat it. So
Tactical Hotline Miami is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The top-down view reminded me of.
And one of the other games I've also been playing was Game Dev Tycoon, and it's the same as Amber. I was watching a YouTuber named Sips play it, and I was like, "Oh, this looks fucking fun!" So purchased it, and I played it for a couple hours, and I gotta say it doesn't got a lot of gameplay, but for some reason you're like, I can probably make a better game than I did last time. So, and you just keep going and going and going, and it is very interesting for a game I picked up for like $2, $2 or $3 of the Steam sale. So I'd probably add that to one of like my top 15 games. It's pretty fun and addicting.
Oh, nice.
And the game I purchased like 2 days ago, and I've been playing this because I watched Knackers play. It was BioShock Infinite, and that game right there is very, very good. And all I gotta say is pay attention to the story, or you might be confused at the end.
Yeah.
No matter what, you will be confused at the end. But if you take your time, you go through it, and you pay attention, and you enjoy the story. You pay attention to it as close as possible.
Yeah. The beginning part is what kind of got me in. It was like fucking for a game that came out like how many years ago? Was it 2013?
Yeah.
It was around that time. It's fucking beautiful. Like the sun rays, the church, the church that had all the water in it. Just
okay. That
one of the most beautiful games.
The reason why I actually stopped playing that game was because the song that they play, it's like a ethereal version of that song. That was just like one of my dad's like favorite songs, and it came out like just after he kind of like passed away, and I was like, I can't play this game.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I can't do, I'm like, this is so beautiful. And I'm like I'm trying to go that like
such a good
job. But I've been wanting to I it's always one of these things with me, like I want to be like, oh, let me just play all the games in order. I gotta go back and play that because you're right. It's just
it's good. It's that song, like if you paid attention to the song, you'll probably understand a lot of the game. It's like they based the game off that song, really. So
there's a lot of foreshadowing in the beginning of the game that you don't get until the end, and you're like,
yeah, I barely got past. I got like a little bit after that, kind of when you move on or something. I think I got through one of the bigger, like kind of one of the first like fights, but I was just like, I can't anymore.
I played that game, and then I would listen to that song on repeat. Like it was just so good, and I just love the BioShock version too. And
if you play that song the first time and pause it, like I think at 39, and then play another one in another window. I forgot what you would call it.
Oh, it's like one of those kind of.
Yeah, it sounds very, very, very good.
Interesting.
One real quick, we were talking about pixelated side scrollers. Have you ever played Not a Hero, Amber?
No.
Okay, check that one out on Steam. That was a pixelated side scroller. It's almost like a speed running shooting game.
Yeah, I think it's on my wish list. I think, or I did have it before. Yeah.
Awesome. Speed, any others for you?
Golf with friends. I'm playing with you guys. Been a fucking blast. I'm an angry golfer. Very angry golfer. I'm probably the one breaking all the clubs if we went mini golfing. And Don't Starve Together, which I played that a decent amount with a bunch of people from GSN. And we can't even fucking get past like the 20th day because we get raped by all the fucking dogs. But
is it really that hard?
It's so hard because we have like 6 people in it, and it multiplies all the dogs you would normally have with a single person. So there's probably like 30 fucking dogs chasing you, and it's hard to defend it with fucking spears and whatever.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's basically all the games other than Overwatch and all those other ones that we're usually playing every other day. So
okay, very good. 42. What you been playing lately?
Pretty much the same stuff I've been playing the past few weeks. Just a lot of Rocket League, a lot of Hearthstone. Been playing golf with friends with you guys. A lot more of the culling and Overwatch with GSN guys and some of my real life friends. In terms of stuff I got during the summer sale, I haven't really picked up too much yet. The one thing I did pick up, which I only bought preemptively for any couch streams I do with friends, or not couch streams, but couch gaming nights I do with friends. The Jackbox party packs, both of them.
Yeah,
because those games are really fun to have around. They're you can throw that shit on during a party when everybody's over, and it's easy enough. They can just pull their phone out, play along with you. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
But yeah, other than that, that's all I've been really doing gaming wise.
How is the culling coming along?
I was just about to ask the same
Really?
exact damn thing. Like literally word for word. How is the culling development coming? Yeah, that's
I've been really enjoying it lately, especially since they've made some of the tweaks to the melee and some of the items and whatnot. The only thing that's weird is they've made like, for anyone who has played it, the currency system you use in the game to get more items or to basically get like loot crates to get items in the game is called funk. And they've made everything cost a lot more funk in the game to get, and I don't know why. So it's a lot harder to get stuff. Like you almost have to. I think the one thing that's nice about it is because you get a lot of funk if you kill one of the enemies in the game. So I think what they're trying to push is people not turtling at the very start of the game and just like hiding in the bush, and then because you get funk as the game goes on. Like it's not you have to do something to get it. You can get it just by waiting or like exploring a new area or finding stuff and just selling it in the little vending machines that you can get funk from. So I think they're trying to get people to not turtle and hide in the bushes so much. So it's been hard. It's been difficult if you can't find anyone to kill. You get screwed over at the start because you can't buy anything, you can't make anything good.
I'm broke.
Yeah. But I've been really getting the hang of the melee, which is probably one of the biggest learning curves of that game. Is just getting a hang of like it's like a rock paper scissors thing. If you come up to someone and you want to melee fight with them, you either got to punch them, you got to block, or you got to push them. And depending on what they do, you got to counter. And if you don't know how to do it properly, and there's someone that can do it better than you, you're dead. Easy. So
you know what? Just thinking about the melee, I wish that there was a game that had fighting styles like Uncharted does, where it's like punch, punch, you get a quick slow-mo second to like dodge one of their punches, and then like uppercut. That's kind of what I like about culling is it's a very reactive melee fighting style. Like you have to read what they're doing and block accordingly.
Spammy.
And it's challenging. Holy shit, Speed, you're so tall. What happened?
I looked up, I'm like,
I raised my chair up, but it slowly falls down. When I get down here, I'm looking at the stream like my name is hiding half my face.
You look like you were ready for court.
Yeah. Wearing your Sunday's best.
So yeah, I'll probably be here for like
you need
5
to
minutes.
do the elevator thing. Just push the elevator button.
You guys like some coffee?
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Anything else, 42?
Nope.
All right. What up, BBR?
What up? So I've been playing, just started Red Dead Redemption, which Speed was the first one to bring it up. Like, he brought it up in chat. I think we finished. I can't remember what game we finished. And they're like, you need to play Red Dead Redemption. And then everybody in chat was like, yeah, you need to play that. And I've never had an Xbox 360. I have an Xbox One, but Red Dead Redemption was never made for backwards compatibility. Apparently, it came out for like a week on accident. Like someone accidentally pushed it. And then they took it away. And I was kind of hoping at E3 they were going to announce like some like remaster or backwards compatibility for Xbox One, but it didn't come. And then one of the guys that attends Knacker's Couch streams, New Metal, on Twitch, he was like, hey, I got like 6 Xbox 360s. Do you want to borrow one with Red Dead Redemption? And I'm like, yes. It's like, absolutely. Because there was no way I was going to go out and spend a bunch of money on an Xbox and I just to play one game. So he helped out a huge bit. Like it wouldn't be possible without him. So I've played that twice so far. I've got about 10 hours into the game, and apparently Speed says I'm only 10% of the way through the campaign. So I got a long way to go. So I'm really enjoying that. It's fun. At its core, it's a Rockstar game. It feels like Grand Theft Auto, but you got a horse and a revolver and a lasso. Oh my God. I could like go up to anybody. I could lasso them, I could hog tie them, and I could put them on train tracks and just wait for the train to come around and
just watch them like,
yeah, please, no, sir. You know,
I actually forgot they exploded in the surprise thing.
yeah, I was expecting like her to be like decapitated. She just full out exploded. Someone got an odd shot of it.
I saw that.
The story, the dialogue is hilarious. The mechanics, like I can't say I've ever played a game where I've ridden a horse or I've lassoed somebody or I've like herded cattle, you know, like it's just, it's so different from games I've played before. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to playing it more, and I'm saving it all for when I stream throughout the week. Everybody says like the game is aged really well. It's like 6 years old.
Oh, I think it's older than 6. I think a little bit over, not too much.
8 years old. Maybe one of you guys can look that up. I know we looked it up and I already forgot it.
2010.
But 2010. Okay, so yeah, 6 years old on Xbox 360, only 30 FPS, and there's a lot of, you know, there's no anti-aliasing, so you like see the pixel of every edge, you know, in the foliage on the buildings, and it chugs every once in a while, but it's still just such a good game. Like the potential for that game to come out on PC or be remastered is so huge. I'm like, how have they not done this? Everybody's cashing in with remasters and stuff right now. So Red Dead Redemption, yeah, been playing late night Overwatch, late night Rainbow Six. One night I just wasn't feeling like multiplayer stuff, so I did some Mirror's Edge like speed running, not speed running, but the races that they have around town. And then I just reinstalled BioShock Infinite again. It is my all-time favorite game. It's in my top 5. It might be number 1 or number 2, along with like Half-Life. And
I love that so far.
Yeah, I've been watching Knackers stream it, and then I've been watching Future Man Gaming, and the game is so good that you can watch it and you totally, it's fun to watch other people experience it for the first time, you know, see the confusion or like how blown away they are about how beautiful the game is. So I stay up till like 4 a.m. watching Future Man, and Future Man's like, you know, they're like, oh, you gonna end the stream? He's like, fuck it, we're going all night. And I was like, I have to go to bed. So I like went to bed at 4, and then I woke up at like 10 or 11, and I went back and I rewatched the VOD of him playing the last like hour of the game, and it was so enjoyable. And I can't wait till you get to it. And you know,
Future Man, just randomly, he'll be like, we're gonna play till 4. So we're just gonna like randomly. He'll just go for like 16 hours without a blink of an eye. I'm like, how the fuck does he do that?
Yeah, and he takes his time.
That's
He
a good
looks
thing.
at things, and he doesn't like let any dialogue go while he's reading chat. Like he takes his time with the game so he doesn't miss anything. So I really appreciated that, because I've seen people rush through it. I'm like, you missed the thing that told you what was going on, you know. But still so good. So I'm going to be replaying through BioShock Infinite.
How did he react to the ending without spoiling anything? What was his face like?
Yeah, the future man was like, you know, he was just completely shocked. You're good. You're good. He doesn't want any spoilers.
Oh no, there was no spoiler. There was no spoilers.
No spoilers. The game, and I think we're going to talk about this later, but the whole BioShock series is getting remastered. But BioShock Infinite is still so beautiful. Like the only thing they can do is probably raise the FPS on consoles.
Is it true that if you already own the BioShock, you get the remastered for that game free? Ooh.
Yeah, for 1, 2, and 3, all 3 are getting remastered.
No,
and
well,
if you own them, you get the remastered versions free.
They're not remastering Infinite though.
Infinite,
They said that.
Good. That was been way.
Yeah, I think they said they weren't doing a single thing to Infinite.
Okay, so just 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I'll probably play through it again. I think I'm due for just replaying through BioShock 1 at this point. It's been a while.
See, I barely got through that game.
Were you scared?
Well, it was a long time. It was when
Scary.
It was what, 2008, and
Google?
I just got stationed in San Diego, and I bought an Xbox 360 because I'm like, hey, I'm gonna game and stuff while I'm in the Navy, living in Southern California. Like, yeah, right. I just don't really in my room at all.
Yeah.
And it was really scary, but it was just kind of like I didn't get very far into it, and I'm just like, it was just been one of those things then, and I'm just like, oh, I want to play the series. I want to play the series and all this, and like maybe I should just buy it on Steam. So does that mean with the well, we'll talk about it, I guess, in a bit, but it's like, oh, should I buy it during the sale so I could just have the remastered versions when
exactly.
They come out,
it's so cheap right now. You can get all three for like
will they allow that?
less than $10.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's just if you have it, you got it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the first BioShock was the game that I played my first time back to streaming after my hiatus. And what a fucking game to come back to streaming to. I was just like, that ending just blew me away. It's such a great storyline.
Think of that, just multiply it to the one you're about to experience.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah. So good. If you haven't played through any of the BioShock games, what are you doing with your life? Just do it.
I'm playing indie games. I'm sorry.
No, it's so good. What else? So I'm re-downloading BioShock Infinite. I've made one Steam sale purchase. I'm like straight broke right now, with like, fun money. So I've only bought one thing, and it was Dishonored for $5.
Don't like it.
And I bought it because when Dishonored 2 got announced at E3, everybody went nuts and like we're talking about how they loved the first one, and I was like, I never played it. I never really even heard about it, so this is my chance. And for $5, how could you say no?
Right.
Yeah.
I think a major problem with that game was its marketing. It didn't go big and have it all over the place, so it was kind of slithered on everybody's rug, and no one ever knew really it existed or what it was.
It's got great reviews. It just there was no marketing, so I kind of had no idea it came out.
I would say if you didn't get the DLC as well, if you can, because I'm not going to spoil anything, but you get to play in other people's perspectives that you fought against in the main story. So it's interesting to know why they did something the way they did and what they were doing while you were out there murdering everybody. So
who's listening to the
I was going to say, I can hear
I'm not
that
doing it.
too. Bullshit.
It's totally
I
Steve.
totally heard it.
It's not me.
It totally is.
Totally not me.
That's how he relaxes at night.
That's how I go to sleep.
I do have a bunch of games on my wish list, though, that I definitely want to get, especially for the price. Witcher 3. There's this game called Distance. It's like a racing game, but it looks all neon-y and retro. Looks awesome. Get it?
Robot, listen to Amber.
Yes. Because, all right, what you can do is look up Nitronic Rush. Okay. I have been like, this was one of the first games I even covered on YouTube, like way back in like 2011 or something or whatever. Nitronic Rush, it's by the same team. That's basically what they've based, Distance off of. It was a free-to-play, free indie game that they made as students, and they've just been going ham with, like, I think they did a Kickstarter and stuff, and then or some kind of crowdfunding, and it's so great. The music and the tracks, they already have a full-blown workshop going on with the community is really great with the kind of updating levels and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
Get it, man.
I have this on my wish list too. I didn't even know.
Yep.
It looks awesome, and it's multiplayer, and I think it'd be something fun to play with like you guys, and
even though you don't have abilities like a Mario Kart where you pick up stuff that you can shoot people or whatever, but it's really cool with that game. You drive and you fly. as well. So there could be tracks where like you're going straight and then all of a sudden you have to flip upside down and then you're driving upside down, or then you have to kind of fly somewhere else. And it's just really, really neat kind of futuristic level design too.
Reminded me of Audio Surf.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got that. Golfing with friends.
Because I put that as my stream title and you put it in the script as gold.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that's what we were going to do the whole
with
time.
friends.
Was fuck with you about it without telling you, but Robot fucked it up by telling you it was wrong. So.
I always like come to Knacker's stream and then I notice something like obviously wrong. Like something I'm like, what? Wow. You're playing Gold with friends? I didn't know that was a game.
I love gold.
I love gold. Also have Super Hot on my wish list.
Super.
That looks cool. Actually, the dev made another little game called Super Truck, and it's for free, and you could download it on their website. And it's just one of those games where like you're jumping from like semi truck to semi truck that's like on this track, and the tracks get crazier and crazier, and you like can't touch the ground. You have to stay on top of the trucks to make it to the end. It's really fun. And it's like you fail 10 times and then you figure it out and you do it.
You gave that to us, and I totally forgot that I had it.
So good. So good. You can go to their website. They'll send it to you by email, but I just put it up on my server.
Okay.
And that's it. I did, however, like these are, with the Steam sale and so many games for good prices, I actually went through like my favorite games ever and found the ones with the best prices, and I like compiled a list. So I made a blog post on my site, just like, here's all the games you need to play as a PC gamer. Like, I think you should play these, and they're like dirt cheap right now. So, so if anybody wants to check those out, you can. And that's it.
Awesome. Very cool. Myself, I've been playing not as much Overwatch this week as last week. I was playing a lot last week. Been playing a good bit of Rocket League lately. A lot of golf with your friends. Of course, I've been doing BioShock Infinite for the stream. I've been doing Uncharted 2 for the stream. Both games are awesome right now. Loving the stories in both. I'm really digging the mix of cinematic cutscenes and gameplay with Uncharted 2. Like the game is a movie to me, and it's so fun to both watch and play. The story's great, the characters are great. Nathan Drake's humor in the game just makes me laugh. It's just my kind of humor. Been playing a good bit of Move or Die a little bit lately. So those are the games that I've been playing. As far as wish list, I'm sorry, not wish list. Games that I bought during the summer sale. I got Binding of Isaac and Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, which I've never played before, but people have told me that I need to. So those are two games that I got. Somebody gifted me Golf with Your Friends. Was it you, Speed? Oh, it was you, 42. That's right. And then Vans gifted me.
God damn it, he gifted that to you. You didn't screenshot the little card that comes with it. You gotta do that, man.
What?
Yeah, Knackers.
Aww.
What are you talking? I'm confused. I
do that, so I do that, so I remember who has gifted me what.
Oh.
But don't you get emails when you get gifts?
Not all the time. Sometimes it just sometimes it just goes. My Steam stuff just goes to spam. And it gets deleted.
Another game that I got was Wasted, which is a game from Adult Swim Game Studios, the same guys that did the Rick and Morty game, the same guys that did Duck Game. They have a game called Wasted, and I don't really know what it's about. It looks like a shooter, but it looks like you're running DK mode where everybody's got huge heads. Kind of looks like Borderland art style-ish. But it just looks really fun and really fucking weird. So I bought that. I'm probably going to stream that pretty soon. It's a first-person shooter. It just I'm gonna link it. Hold on. Wasted. It was on sale for 25% off, I think earlier. So I picked it up today. Looks interesting. I'll post that link in chat. Other than that, just like Robot, I've been broke and I haven't been able to buy too many games. And I have so many games already that I'm neglecting to play. So I'm trying to hold off on buying anything.
Yeah.
Because I have so many games that I have not played yet. So I need
All
to get through
from
those.
past Steam sales.
Exactly.
That are now just,
Yep. Oh yeah, I bought this game 6 years
Is
ago
there
for
like
$5.
is there like a general term? I just call it Steam fridge, where you know, like you go, like you go to the fridge and you like look and you're like, man, that's just been there for a while. I should probably eat it, but
yeah,
I'll just wait to throw it away or take it out of the fridge until it's trash day. You know, one of those.
Woo,
Like,
Rocket League.
Prodigy has like 15 Steam fridges if he had those, because he's got like how many games? Is
So
it up in
many
the
games.
thousands?
Yeah,
He's got a
He doesn't
Steam
play
deep
them.
freeze.
1,000?
Deep freeze.
I think he is.
yeah,
It's
Steam,
a
yeah,
lot.
it's like the deep freezer of Steam games where it's just like been there forever, and you're like, I should probably do something with that. But hey, here's this like leftover pizza.
I think his Steam account is worth 14 grand. Like,
Ooh.
I think
Jeez.
mine's worth like
No,
2.
1,400.
No, it's more than 1,400.
No, I'm
That's
pretty sure
probably
it's
not
14
the games
grand.
he has.
Yeah, I think he
And
has.
once upon a time, he wanted to sell it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Can't you not do that?
Yeah, it's against the rules.
Okay.
You're not supposed to.
How are they gonna know if he did it?
Didn't you buy your Steam ID on eBay, Robot?
Sure did. Well, I actually bought the game Half-Life 2 on eBay, and it came with its own Steam account. So,
Why?
yeah,
And you've been running with that ever since?
that's just how it worked, and this is what I've had my whole life. My username, I didn't pick it. It's weird. Like I've always been trying to figure out what it means, but I haven't come up with anything. But yeah, I bought it. I bought it on eBay. But that was when I was like 16.
Yeah.
That was 10 plus years ago that I bought my Steam account.
Back in my day, you had to buy your Steam ID on eBay.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, well, that is it as far as us and the games we've been playing recently. We're going to move on to gaming and news discussion. Guys, don't be surprised if this show goes 2.5 hours, because these topics are hot. So I just want to reiterate, during the week, if you guys come across gaming articles or tech-related articles that you want to submit to us for us to discuss on the show, there's a link to the Knackers Discord down below. And you guys, there's a CAHP-news text channel where you guys can submit news articles and stuff like that. And if if it's something that we weren't looking out for, maybe it's something we missed, we can add it to the show and talk about it. So if you guys want to get involved, you can do that. So this first one is probably the most controversial topic as far as Twitch is concerned since the conception of Twitch. Inception,
Right?
yeah. Whoa.
Inception.
I like Inception better though.
Yeah, I do. And this controversial topic is cheering on Twitch. So this is a new feature that Twitch has brought to the platform, and I'll read what came from the Twitch blog. Cheering is a new way to show support for streamers and celebrate the moments you love with the community, all right in chat. A cheer is a chat message that uses bits, which are evolving animated emotes that you can buy. Bits emotes can be used one by one or all at once, or anywhere in between. Using many at once shows more support and creates cooler emotes. So this came out, I think, the beginning of this week, or near the end of I think it came out beginning of this week on Monday. So basically, if you guys didn't know, Bits is a digital Twitch-based currency. You give Twitch money, they give you bits, and you can give your bits to partnered streams. Now, right now, the cheering is limited to partnered, a very tight-knit group of partnered streamers. I think there is only 70 partnered streamers that are currently able to use bits right now, I think is the number that I heard.
Very small amount.
Very small group. And you type, is it exclamation point a number,
cheer,
and
then the number.
An emote will pop up in chat. These little colorful bits will explode, creates a little animation. If the streamer has it set up, you can have donations and notifications show up on screen. So I linked the article to Twitch's blog in chat if you guys want to check out what these bits look like. But there is a huge controversy over bits right now. And we're going to go over the reasons why. But personally, I have a lot of thoughts on this. I will let you guys chime in first because I've got like a list of like 8 bullets. So Robot, let us know. Chat, feel free to go off. Let us know what you guys think. I'm going to be looking and reading.
Well, who do you want to go for? You want to go like down the line? And
yeah. I'm sorry. So Amber, we'll actually be starting with you.
Fuck.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I just have one word for it, I guess. Convoluted. I guess 2 words: convoluted and unnecessary from my point of view. Like it's
right.
it's really complex and just kind of difficult to follow. I don't see how. I'm always assuming, which is bad now after I've been an avid kind of user and watcher of Twitch since 2010, that I would think they would be working on other stuff to make it more user friendly and things, like working on more back end things, then kind of adding these other systems that, looking at it from a new user's perspective from this year, I'd be like, what the hell are bits, cheering? Like what? And then we have like sub buttons and like, you know what I mean? It's so much going on right now, trying to make it more of a social network than a broadcasting platform. I guess, like, I don't know. Like, this is the only live streaming site that I watch or frequently visit, but it just doesn't, it's just unnecessary. I'm not going to use it. I would, if it's only going to be for partners, then I'll just sub to them or I'll donate to them. But me personally, I can understand how it may combat the PayPal chargebacks and stuff like that. But then again, you can only use Amazon payments for now, which not everybody doesn't want to use that. I don't want to use that. And I saw some infograph, I don't know if it's true, that the payout percentages to streamers is less than what PayPal donations are, like, kind of thing. So it's just really, it's a mess.
It is.
And I don't like it. I have it blocked in my chat. Like BTTV already had it blocked, so I never even turned it on. And I know you have an option to do so. And it's just like, well, there are some streamers now. It's just like one more thing that just annoys me about like stream alerts. Like, hey, thanks for the follow. Hey, thanks for the post. Hey, thanks for the sub. Hey, thanks for the cheers and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you going to play a game? Like, you know what I mean? It's just more, I don't know. It's
more distractions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. Speed Demon, initial thoughts?
That's kind of my emotional reaction, and then gather my thoughts.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that was everybody was just like, what? Hold the line! Hold the line!
And it's like, I can see how it will eventually, because I know people have like certain streamers like just disregarded the NDA, saying that, eventually channels will be able to customize things, like as far as cheers and bits and blah, 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 whatever. But I'm just one of those that it's like, if I want to give money to somebody, I'm not a spammer or a troll. I'll just give them my money and I'm not going to charge it back. I don't want recognition like in chat or something, like I usually sub to people when they're not online, or I donate to them when they're not streaming. So I don't, because I just don't, it's just kind of, it's just not.
I think you're a minority.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. Sometimes streamers make it such a big deal. I've had someone contact me. They're like, thank you, by the way, for never making me feel weird when, I sent you a tip. I was like, okay, like I mean, it wasn't my goal, but yeah, apparently some people make it way too big of a deal and spend 5 minutes on it, and
yeah, it's kind of
even. Oh, thank you for the dollar.
Yeah,
yeah, even
though you're thankful,
the small amount of things that, even though I don't stream as much, I mean, I feel I'm pretty in touch with kind of the different evolutions of Twitch and how different people run their streams. It's, you know, I don't really like being called out a lot, and I get that, how just kind of weird it is. That's why even sometimes if I've only maybe gotten like 5 tips in my whole streaming career. I'm just kind of like, "Hey man, yeah, thank you." On the stream, and then maybe I'll like write them a note or something afterwards. Or like even with follows, just like I won't greet every follower. It'll be like, oh, like before I go to a break, it's just like, hey, thanks for you guys, thanks for watching, you know what I mean? I don't like take time to stop what I'm doing every single time to just like, and that's just when I see some of these bigger streamers, that's the way it is, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a good formula, but it's just one more, the cheering and the bits and stuff is just one more like, break in entertainment, I guess, that I'm really looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'll shut up.
No, you're good.
No.
I want discussion. This is exactly what I want.
This is what it's all about.
Yep. Speed, initial thoughts?
I am not a streamer, so I wouldn't say it's going to affect me a lot. So I don't really have an opinion to it, other than like, isn't it going to provide a lot of protection towards returns and all that to the streamers? I think that, the chargeback. I think that would be the biggest plus. But again, I don't stream, so it's not going to affect me any.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. 42?
You guys.
There's times where we're doing the show. Well, we'll both be sitting there and nodding, and we'll say something at the exact same pitch. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Me and my brother are the same too.
I need to do like a voice modulator to make me like 3 times higher, so we just don't sound the same. People who are listening to this podcast are probably like, what the fuck? Is there 2 of the same people? Is there 1 person? Jesus.
The thing is, you guys don't sound different to me. You don't sound the same. You both sound different. I can tell you apart from a
If
channel.
we were in the same room and you were like with us, I think we have 2 different microphones and sound systems, so we sound different now.
Obviously, Bad Robots is better.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying just like the setup. Yeah.
PJ Salt.
But my own wife, if me and Nick are in the kitchen and she's in the other room and we're talking and laughing, she cannot tell who is who. Like, that's how similar our voices are. So it's just, it's different mics.
But I'm with you, Speed Demon. Like, I'm never going to use cheers or bits, or it just doesn't change anything for me. So I just wonder how it's all going to play out overall.
Sure. Yeah. All right, Mr. 42, what about you?
I was thinking about it when you guys were talking about it, and to me, everything that Twitch like puts out is just like, I feel like every time I go on, like anytime at work, a company's like taking us out to lunch to try and get us to buy their product to use for work. If you pitch the product to me before you get me liquored up, I'm just gonna be like, snore, okay, whatever, get over with it. If you liquor me up first and then pitch the product to me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, sign the check, let's do this. To me, they just need, if they just put out goddamn HTML5 player, give us that first and then pump out all these things afterward. I'll be like, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly.
Put these new things in. I don't care. I got HTML5 player. I'm good.
Give me a better search directory. Yeah. Oh my God. I've been like, that's my biggest thing. Search directory, HTML5. I'm cool with everything else. But
they launched a new search, right?
But it's not the one that I want.
That's the one that Amber wants.
It's way better. Twitch search was absolutely awful, and this next version is much better. But anyways,
yeah, I watch quite a few big streamers, even though I hate to admit it because I do like to support small streamers. I do like watching big streamers too, and I hate seeing the crap about them getting chargebacks and everything. So it is nice to know that people have that avenue to avoid that happening to them.
Mm-hmm.
But, obviously it's still going to happen because you can't shut down the PayPal donation. I mean, the streamer he could shut down the method to pay that way, but that's going to be a pretty big dent in their pocket if they do. So other than there's a lot of streams, especially the bigger streams. I usually don't even have the chat open because most of the time those bigger streams, if it's it just flies so fast. I don't have time to read it unless it's stuff like Summer Games Done Quick, where the chat is probably honestly the more entertaining part of it.
Grill.
Yeah.
DS Dad.
Yeah, I know. DS Dad today was amazing.
I love Bob Ross's chat. That was
I know.
was so funny.
I know.
Oh, so funny.
But yeah, I don't really care for the bit stuff. Whatever.
The bits.
Give me the bits.
It's it's just another thing that they're adding to the stuff that's just like I said, I try not to pay too much attention to it, but if it helps, good on them, I guess.
I feel like a lot of the people who actually, I don't want to possibly spoil what Robot might say, so Robot, you go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay.
People, when changes like this happen, people freak out, whether it's a change for a good or for the better. I feel like the entire Twitch population has one monitor dedicated to it flashing red when Twitch makes changes. So they're just over here, playing Dark Souls. Oh, fuck! Twitch is making changes! Fuck! Rage! And people just go apeshit, and they're like, what are we raging about? We don't know! Just fucking rage!
Somebody start a hashtag.
Yeah.
Spam Kappa in the chat!
Fuck Konami!
Kappa 1, 2, 3.
So that was one of my biggest issues about Robot. I will let you go before I go into my spiel.
Okay. So first of all, just to preface this, nobody, especially as someone who works in web development, nobody likes change. It doesn't matter if it's good, it makes things easier. Nobody likes change. I'm a little different. I'm an early adopter. I love change. I love trying out new things. Now the whole bits thing, when they first announced it, they put it up on the blog and they posted that video, which, by the way, isn't even posted anymore. They took it down.
Really?
I watched the video. Yeah, I watched it. It was the girl. She's like, cheering is great. And, when you're cheering in chat, you can you want to make a sad streamer happy? Cheer for him. And I watched the video. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? What everybody, it doesn't matter what this cheering thing is. People cheer, boo, laugh, cry in chat without this, they didn't call it what it was. And that pissed me off. It was like, oh, it's cheering with little bits. They should have said it's a tip service. It's a donation service. They made it they call it cheering. No, it should be tip 1,000 or tip 5,000. It's not cheering. The animated emotes is cool. It's a graphical thing. Down to its base, it's a tip service that can reward chat users with in-chat perks, the badge, the recognition, the animated emotes, the chargeback protection for streamers. Those things are good. And it's seamless. Everything you do, you can do it right in chat. You don't have to leave the page. You just buy the bits and then you can send them off. And, when they get down to it, it's going to be something you could do from your computer, something you could do from your phone, from your Xbox. People watching the stream on an Xbox can't go to your panels, click the donate link or the tip link and send you money. So this is a seamless way for anybody to do it. To support a streamer. So my first problem with it was they didn't call it what it was, and it seems like you said, convoluted. They explained it as a more complex system than it actually is. You buy a digital currency, you can buy it in bulk, and then you can send how much ever. It's like a Steam wallet, and you can just send the money you want to the streamers that you want to support. And as a viewer, you get perks in chat. You get recognition. You get that badge. People sub, so they get that sub guy's badge in chat. You know, like, I'm a subscriber. It's something they're proud of. So that kind of pissed me off. I mean, it's right now with the cut, the 70, the 60, or was it 71-29 cut or something?
Is that true? Like, I didn't know.
I've seen a couple streamers share that it's around 30%.
Yeah.
Cut.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're hiring a staff and you're fighting every single chargeback, that's a lot of time, and like, I can see why they're making a cut. However,
but I also see it's also the type of streamer, because there are those that I know they have built their community from the ground up and trying not to use any gimmicks that, you know, they don't have to worry about those chargebacks. But then there are those other streamers that play off of, you know, other aspects that, you know, are benefiting from it. Like, it's just
yeah.
Fake as hell.
Yeah,
like,
fake as hell.
It comes out, it seems like right now it's a beta product to limited people. So all the value that they want to have there is not there. Like, they're taking a 30% cut and they're saying, oh, you get this badge. There's other stuff that is coming that will be more worth it, I think, to streamers and viewers in the future. This is just the first version. They're going to make changes. But they get a cut, you know, they get to continue paying for their servers that run the platform. I haven't used it yet personally, and I tip and I send donations to streamers I love, but I haven't tried this yet, and I don't know why. I think I know, because I'm not going to charge back, so I'm going to send them as much as I can. You know, if I'm going to send them $10, they're going to get $9.10 of that, and not $7 or $6.
See, this is kind of the dilemma I always go through with all the indie games that I play, because they're available. A lot of them are available on so many different platforms. You know, there are plenty other places that I can buy these smaller games other than Steam.
Yeah.
Where the developer, this one guy, will get a bigger cut. But then it's like, oh, if I buy it on Steam, it's there, and maybe, you know, with achievements and trading cards and, you know, quicker updates, like, kind of thing. Oh, I can buy it through there, but Steam is going to get the bigger cut.
Yep.
That's like something I've been going through, and now I'm like trying to think that way with Twitch, with like the streamers that I watch, and I'm like, oh, like, whoa, this is all like coming to, like, what is the choice you want to make, like the type of person you are? Yeah, like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So, and it's not like Twitch is saying this is the only way you can tip now. It's just an additional tool. But it is frustrating when they come out with things like bits and creative section updates and I don't know. None of the things that they promised at TwitchCon that were the big features that were coming have come yet. They just announced HTML5 is starting in July sometime. They haven't nailed down a date.
For Turbo
that's
only,
coming
right?
out for only Twitch Turbo users. But it's like, and I know there's different teams dedicated to different feature sets, and there's a lot of work that goes into each one. Maybe some features get done before other ones, but it seems like, and the social eating thing, like, just a lot of weird pushes have been made in a row, and you're thinking like, what the hell is, you know, Twitch is gaming, why am I watching this, you know, 500-pound dude eat sushi? Like, I don't know why. Or, you know, eat with your mouth closed, god damn it. So I don't hate it. I want to see where it goes, because it's a beta product, and I think a lot of the people who were pissed off were partners who didn't get access to it. They were like, that's the stupidest thing ever, and I didn't even get in it, you know. Like, and I know it probably sucks to be left out, you know, especially if you're a partner at Twitch, but I can see the worries of the developers on the back end. You know, they don't want to screw anything up. They want to make sure that the product works right before they roll it out to their 15,000 partners.
Yeah.
It's sad that they're making, onto another point, it's sad that they're pushing all these great features for partners only. It would be great to see that go towards, the smaller people.
Imagine how much more money they could make if it was open to not just partners. So,
but it's a development thing. They got to make sure that this system scales to millions and millions of users.
This is true.
Well, and I do think with making it partners only, especially the people that did choose, they can rely on the live feedback because they know they're regular streamers with regular schedules with higher audiences and greater variability for problems or something, like people from different countries, you know what I mean?
That's a good
point. A stream like mine or something, like the majority of people who watch me, it's like they're all from America, and like I can kind of get that, but I do wish they would have split it up a little bit. Who knows? Maybe there are some other people in the beta that we don't know about that are yeah.
Okay. So other than that, I think it's great to have another option to support your streamer. You don't have to use it. If you want to use it, you get perks in chat. Like I could donate $1,000 to our, Amber, and no one would ever know. Like I don't get any badge, I don't get any other than the pop up. There's no list that's generated like, Bad Robot is a top biggest supporter of the stream, biggest D of the day. So like people. While not everybody's that attention craving, it's just nice to, know that you're a supporter, everybody to know that you've supported the streamer, and they've got like ranks of badges or whatever. So I see the pull of it, and I think it's awesome that they have an option. PayPal's really, really bad with chargebacks, and some streamers are absolutely getting screwed, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in fees just for... on top of the money that's already getting taken away. Yeah. So that's a big problem.
It's worse than like overcharging your debit card or something.
Exactly. Like, bank.
And it's not even your money. Like, it's not even really with all that.
What I don't get is why it should hurt the people they donated to. I see how it's like if I was to buy a bad product using that service, and I need to get all my money back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, why is it going to hurt the people I donated to if I was to charge back my money? It shouldn't. I know they say I donated $10 and I take it back. How much do they really have to lose?
Well, because to PayPal, you're a bad seller, and that's why you're getting charged.
They still do that? The bad seller thing? Oh, okay.
Well, it's not
getting better, but it's not happening. I guarantee the majority of their daily transactions just go through Twitch.
Yep.
I can't even. I would love to see kind of stats on that.
Obviously, eBay too. I mean, eBay is a big, balance of like bad seller, good seller. They're owned by eBay, I think.
But the kind of like, like $1, $2, $10, like just like constant, in out kind of charges that are happening. They have to be aware of that. Of Twitch and what's been going on.
Yeah. So I think initially everybody hates change. I've seen the day 1 through day 3, all I saw in chat were people sending bits to bigger streamers. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of cool. It has definitely died down. Like I haven't seen as much. But again, it's up to the viewer what they want to use. And I think this feature will bring a lot more value to a viewer in the future with a bunch of new features. And also the third-party integration is going to be interesting. Like I don't know if you guys saw Tim the Tatman. There's literally a cup on his stream, and the bits as they come in like drop from the ceiling into the cup, and the cup explodes and the bits go everywhere. Like there's potential for cool things to do with that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, don't hate it, don't love it, haven't used it, might try it soon.
Okay. What Robot was just describing, I actually took an odd shot of. If you guys don't know who Tim the Tap Man is, he is a fucking hilarious streamer that I have just now gotten into. But he's got the bit cup in the lower right hand corner of. Oh, I fucked that up. Don't click the first one. That four. You're gonna get to some weird shit. I'm just warning you. I added a number to the end of that odd shot link. I don't know where it's gonna take you. The first thing when Robot that came into my mind when you were talking was the video, and the girl in the video
was awful.
Yeah. Is your friend feeling down? Is your favorite streamer having a bad day? Give them money. I can't think of one time in real life where I had a friend that was having a shitty day. It was like, Nick, man, I'm not doing so hot. 1 second.
Yeah.
See you later. Speed, you are hot micing like crazy.
Oh, my bad.
So
better mic.
So I've never been like, this streamer's having a bad day. I need to tip them to make them feel better. It doesn't work that way. Streamers pull that card in order to get paid very often, but that's not where.
Well, and that is kind of, I see that more of the cultural thing. Do we call this kind of like a cultural thing on
definitely.
Twitch? Like that's kind of what is happening.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
I had one. I'm not going to name names. There's streamers that I see will start the stream, and literally the way that they interact with their chat is they sit with a bowl of cereal and eat, and they just read donation messages and talk. Like if people want to ask questions or say something, they will do it through a donation message, with the donation minimum being $3. So it's like, hey, hey guys, when did BioShock 3 come out? Can anyone tell me? Wait for donation message to come in. Eat it. Oh, okay, that's cool. What was the name of the main character in that game? Keep eating. And I mean, those are exaggerated, but that shit happens a lot. I've seen streamers request, like, say, hey, I'll go to your Steam profile and post a comment on your wall to make it look like I was there. Send me a donation message with your Steam link to your profile, and that's how they're getting donations. So I hate that culture. Steam, I can hear myself in your mic still.
Turn it down.
Turn your Discord
Your
down.
track IR is too high tech. So I see that, and that is actually one of the main reasons why I turned donations off for my channel last month. Was I didn't want to spend time reading the donation messages. I didn't like how it was taken away from the gameplay. And I look at all these big streamers, and it's just reading donation messages, just reading, pausing stream, going and reading. And I'm like, that is not what I want to be doing if I ever got to that level, and that's not what I want to watch. So aside from that, I've got a couple of bullet points that I wanted to bring up. I'll just kind of rocket through these. The first thing is more of a pro. Robot touched on this. It's a Steam wallet-like system. It is a very simple way that you can donate to a streamer without having to leave the website, without having to leave chat, which for people, that is huge. Not having to leave. Robot brought up a point I didn't even think about. People who are watching on tablets, on Xboxes, they can officially donate from within the Twitch platform. So I think it is a step in the right direction. If it ever got to the point where it was, I just have a Twitch wallet and I can just donate through Twitch, and the ratio is, maybe Twitch gets 3% of that, and just leave the bits out of it. I think this is maybe a step in that direction.
I think bits would have been they could have blown PayPal out of the water if they made their cut competitive compared to what Twitch. Everybody would have been like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever!" Especially streamers who make a living, off of.
And then
Twitch.
You know what we probably would have seen all of a sudden? Oh, suddenly PayPal takes a 0.5% cut if you're a Twitch streamer, right? So it works good for everybody. Speaking of PayPal, money avoids PayPal completely, and that money stays within Twitch. And one thing that always kind of bugged me a little bit is everybody wants all these new features from Twitch. Like, people want HTML5, people want a better search feature, yet anytime Twitch wants to make money in order to support the development teams for those features, everybody is kind of up in arms. Like, Twitch is a business. They have employees, they got to get paid. So if we want to see these features come to fruition, we got to be willing to pay them. Now, should we be willing for them to get a 30% cut? No, I think that's a little unreasonable, but I think we got to remember that Twitch has to get paid in order to push out features like this. One of the things that I like about bits, and this can either be a minimal thing or this cannot be anything close to what I'm thinking, but donating bits in chat is less of a distraction than a donation message with a 10-second YouTube clip and a donation message that takes up the entire screen. They're
Yeah.
Q kappa. So there's people who want to donate but don't want the recognition. Maybe they just want to throw some bits in chat. If the chat's moving fast enough, the streamer won't even see it. But there are, I've seen donation messages for bits go across the screen. That's kind of getting away from what I would want. But I like that there's a less stream intrusive way to donate to a streamer without taking the distraction away from the gameplay. So I think that's a pro. No chargebacks. That's a huge thing. I read today that the chargeback window is 6 months. So streamer, like for huge donations, Twitch streamers have to wait up to 6 months to be safe to touch that money so that they don't get screwed out of it. Having that stress gone for some people is probably phenomenal. But not everybody gets those massive Abu Dhabi donations all the time. So
Right.
win-loss. One thing for non-subscribers, a lot of viewers and streamers have like this common problem where like people want to support the streamer. Maybe they can't afford to subscribe. They want to donate. That's great. And while donating is cool for the caster, the viewer doesn't get anything for donating. They don't get a badge. They get the recognition on stream for that. But the badge for bits is kind of like a little bit of like self-worth that you get. Like you get like a little fuck. There's a spider on my ceiling. I'm trying to think of the word, but you just like you get a little something back for making the donation. So it's like streamers are like, oh my god, yes, thank you for the donation. I wish I could do more than give you entertainment for that money. And like the little badges are maybe a little something that the viewer can get if they can't afford to subscribe. I thought that was cool. Another big thing when it comes to cuts, even though the Twitch platform is taking a much larger cut, would you rather have the Twitch platform take a bigger cut and have the money stay within the platform? Or would you have a third party that has no affiliation with your platform take a cut? So I kind of see it that way. Again, 30%, that's a little high. I don't know if I'm down with that. But I like the idea of the money staying within the platform. Like that money is just kind of circulating instead of going somewhere else.
I mean, but who knows, like, since you can only buy through Amazon payments right now, what the split between Amazon and Twitch is.
Well, yeah, and Amazon
before it
owns
even
Twitch
gets
now.
then to the streamer.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, you're right. Overall, I don't know, just like my dilemma, like with indie devs and stuff, it's like, do you want to like split between the platform that you're buying from and the developer, or send more to the developer? You know what I mean? It's kind of, yeah.
Paul,
You gotta have the foresight, which as many users as there are on Twitch, ultimately, bits and cheers, whatever is probably the best.
Yeah.
Cheers is such a dumb name. They just
I'm
need to
like,
make a
I
tip.
just call it bits. I don't.
Yeah.
Just bit 1000, like the cheer thing is just kind of like they're trying to make an emotional connection. Like I said, the video was just bullshit.
Yeah.
It was just like that's not
That
what it
video
is.
is so bad.
It was so bad, and they took it down too.
Yeah.
It probably got like so many dislikes or something.
Correct me if I'm
Did
wrong.
they upload it on Vimeo too? They didn't
Yeah.
even do it on YouTube.
Wow.
That's
Like,
true. They don't even have a system.
Is that 42?
Is there not if you subscribe to a channel, is it not half to the streamer, half to Twitch?
Depends
It
how big
depends.
you are.
70-30.
Yep. You
Sorry,
gotta
what?
have
I didn't
those-
catch. You guys all said stuff.
Well,
like
it's
that.
half actually.
It depends on the streamer.
Depending
it?
on how big. Like,
Yep.
I think Lyric, the biggest streamer on Twitch, can take his contract and like say, "Oh no,
okay.
I get a bigger cut." But
Yeah.
I think if you're a brand new partner, it's $5 a month. You get $2.50 of that.
Yeah,
So it's
okay.
like 50-50.
Yeah, like people like Lyric, Soda Pop, and Summit, I think their cut is 70-30. That's a speculation, but that's the most common number that I've read online when I was kind of doing research about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the last points, when people like hear about this change, they get all worked up. But they have to remember that not only is Twitch a business, which I kind of already went over, but Twitch partnership is just that. It's a partnership. Without the platform, the casters would not have a way to get their stream to their audience, unless, of course, they used another platform. I saw this analogy tweeted about somebody when Bits first came out. If you are starting a business and you are renting a building to run your business, you got to pay rent for using that business. So this is kind of the same way. Up until
Or if you
now,
have a business partner, you're 50-50.
you're
in a
50-50.
business.
So if we want to continue watching our favorite streamers, we have to be okay with streamers doing their due diligence and paying rent, because that's the only way that it's going to work. So we have to be okay with Twitch taking a cut, because if they don't, then there's not going to be a platform for them to stream on, and we're
No
not going
Yeah,
to.
but then you
Platforms
think
have a lot
about
of
like
jobless people.
the MCNs of YouTube, like that's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to have more promotion, if you want to have all these benefits of like 6 years ago of trying to grow your YouTube channel, it was all the benefits they started rolling out benefited the people that were already big.
Right.
And like what is Twitch doing to help discoverability, which never happened? Like, for example, I've been partnered with Machinima on YouTube since like 2013, 2012, and still like everything they do doesn't benefit me, but there are all these little things that they have done that help people that make them money.
Yeah.
So it's kind of overall, I can see it now as Twitch is kind of a new way, but it's kind of, it runs in parallel where how does this help? How does this help the little guy? How does this help, not already, like keeping the status quo instead of kind of changing it and not, like it's hard for me to articulate, like, but I kind of look at it from like, all the different YouTube networks that were available for a long time that was huge. And now, well, Twitch is where you have to go pretty much. How is this really helping for the future? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It helps them with their big business partners, but right now it just as of late, it hasn't seemed like and Twitch is huge and it's saturated and everybody and their mom thinks they can be a streamer. And so that's a hard problem to solve. I wouldn't want to be the one to solve that problem, like how do you like discoverability? Like it seems like duh, we need to do this, or they need to do this, but it's a hard thing to do.
But it is like, is it just going to be for partners? How are they going to improve their partnership program? How are like, is it? I guess it's just things that we don't know. Who knows? Maybe they will open it up to everybody. Or you have to have been or you have to have been a member of Twitch, like your account, like certain stipulations, no matter what, have to be met. Like, we know how many times you've streamed over the past like year or something, like, hey, you're available for the Bits program, and even though you're not a partner, it could end up being a stepping stone of being able to track Twitch users to help with partnership stuff. I don't know. It's kind of, I see a lot of possibilities. I just hope they take advantage of it.
Yeah.
They've laid a good, solid Swiss cheese foundation. There's
a little
tons
bit,
of holes.
a little bit of a trans.
No pun intended.
Shit. I think that.
Talk.
No, yeah, I think that was my last point. Just
I did have one more thing as soon as you're done.
Okay. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading. We've been watching a lot of streams that have been talking about this. Dropped Frames did a huge piece. They actually had Bobby from Twitch staff on the show, and they talked about. Gotta watch it. It's good.
Work.
When you read about it, you're just like, wow, money grab. And then you see one of the project leads for Bits talk about it, and it doesn't seem it's obviously about money, but when it comes to that guy, it seems like he's genuinely trying to build a better platform for the users and the streamers and the viewers. He could also be a very good actor. You don't know, but I think this is a good foundation. They've got a lot of work to do. I was going to ask you guys all this question. I'll have a choice or a chance to answer. Personally, I would have Bits enabled, but there would be no notification on screen. There would be no like, oh, this person donated a bit. You would have chat. You'd have your little animation in chat. There would probably be no recognition from me whatsoever. Be like, oh, Bits, thanks. Unless it was like $300 worth of bits or $100. But then again, you set that precedent, like you're only going to get a notification if you set a certain amount, or if you send a certain, which I understand to a point of you don't want your spam to be super spammy or your chat to be super spammy, or you don't want your notification system to be all spam. So it all depends. So personally, I would have Bits enabled just because I think it's cool, and I have learned from Robot that being an early adopter is sometimes a good thing. But I wouldn't have on-screen notifications for it. I would just have chat kind of go off and that kind of stuff. So, Robot, if you want to start with your point and then let me know if you use Bits or not.
I'm a firm believer. If you love something, you support it. If you love an application, you support it. A game, you support it. You vote with your wallet. Twitch is a platform I love. It's something I watch all day, every day. If Twitch all of a sudden went broke and they went away, I don't know what I would do with all my free time. And it's actually
streaming service.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. I hate ads, and I love that the platform Twitch has. So I personally, I get Twitch Turbo. I get some perks with it, and I get a badge, and I love it. I've had it for the last 3 years. And it's the same thing. I love Netflix, and I don't want to see Netflix disappear anytime soon. So I give them money. So I want to support a service that I love participating in and broadcasting on and viewing on, Now, the other thing that really irked me about this whole thing when it first came out was that now I didn't know this, but apparently there are cam girl sites out there that have the same exact system. And in fact, the dollar to bits ratio is exactly the same.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and refill my drink real quick. I know nothing about these sites.
No.
No.
Let the boys talk.
You guys just do your thing. Amber's just gonna go get her medicine.
That's all I'm gonna say. So some girl's showing her cooter, and she's like, "Send me bits, and I'll show you my bits."
Bits for bits, baby.
It's for show me your bits. But it's just literally it was was it $1 is 140 bits or something? Someone showed the pricing chart from Twitch and from the site called Chatterbait. And apparently they were identical. And I was just like, oh my God. That in itself just made it seem like a money grab. And that was just giving people fuel to throw into the fire.
Twitcherbait.
Did you see? There's already a lot of cam girls on Twitch. So
did you see the Dan's Gaming overlay? Stream will start at 10,000 bits or something.
No,
he created a custom overlay at the beginning of his stream, and it just said show will start after 1,000 bits are donated or something. I'll see if I can find it.
That's pretty funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they took the model from another, site, and they're trying to apply it. And So that was weird, and I totally forgot about that until I read it on Reddit. I was like, oh my god.
But it works. That's the thing. And that's what's scary about it. But yeah, I saw everyone was the first tweet that Twitch put out for Twitter. It was like, oh, announcing bits, and it was just like chatterbait, Twitcherbait. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Well, yeah, I had no idea what they were talking about.
Funny shit.
Yep. So that's my last thought.
Okay. Any last thoughts about that before we move on?
I think as a viewer, I would say it's with me spending bits. I'd say it's dependent on the streamer. Like if it's somebody that gets charged back all the time and worries about it, I would go bits because obviously it's helping them out a lot. But like someone like you, Robot, I mean, I'm not going to charge back. I'm going to send my money through PayPal. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, we are coming up on the 2.5 hour mark. God damn, this next topic actually shouldn't take us too long. But this next feature that came out on Twitch, this one is about social eating, and it is exactly what it sounds like. So this is pretty much a new Twitch category, like creative was a new category that was announced a few months back, dedicated to eating while just sitting and eating and talking to your chat. Literally. I don't even know what to fucking say about this. But we're gonna just go down the list. Amber, social eating, go.
Go. Chatterbait.
I'm not upset about it or as worked up about it as, the bits thing. It's something I can kind of get it, especially with how creative is getting more and more popular and people cooking on stream and stuff like that. Then you want to switch. And even though I don't necessarily like to watch people eat, it's kind of, like certain streamers, like for example, Incredible Orb. I've been watching him for years and he's just like kind of a naturally comedic guy. And as soon as social eating was introduced, he had like 2 hamburgers and he basically made like a satirical comedy sketch out of eating these like 2 hamburgers. And it's just kind of, since he has that kind of protection, I guess, of eating on stream just for laughs, it's fine. And plus, I'm kind of in touch more with Korean culture than maybe most of you. I don't know. Maybe a lot of you are K-drama closet freaks. I don't know. But
K-pop.
but yeah, and K-pop. But with mukbang, that's what they're referencing. That's huge. Like aside from free-to-play games, League of Legends and Overwatch, like watching people eat or culturally, especially in Korea, it's kind of culturally unacceptable to eat alone. So even though you may be in your own, kind of like when you're eating alone, that's like a real significant thing. So for someone to be able to sit there and like you're just kind of having a conversation and they're eating and you're eating, it's a deeper meeting than just, watching a fat guy eat, 500 pieces of sushi or so,
Yeah.
It's not like a comedy thing. It's kind of like it's a different level of culturalism that Americans just, we don't really get. So I can see how they're trying to capitalize on that because there are streaming sites where that's just it. In Korea, it's just like Twitch, but it's all eating.
Really?
And they have those systems like
those
pornographic sites that you may know about with they have their own currency systems where you can pay somebody or like it's just like, oh, thanks for sitting here with me and here's a tip or something, like what it's totally different. So I can see how Twitch is trying to get in on that, but I'm kind of upset. I can see how it's bad that they're banning contests. I would have loved to be able to do like, a hot dog eating contest or being able to see like professional eaters. Cause that's kind of, I would think that Twitch would want to get in on that with professional eaters, but I guess not.
Okay. Interesting.
Was that good enough? Sorry. Whew.
What? No. I am amazed that you came back from that poop and I ambushed you with the topic and you just like banged it out like crazy.
Eating, go. Well, yeah, I thought about it. I was just kind of like, they're finally making it a category. That's neat. I don't think I'll ever do it. I'll eat snacks on stream. I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it, and I won't ever. I don't know if I'll ever really like go to social eating and be like, hey, is somebody eating like this specific piece of cake? Like I want to, like, I don't, it's just no. Nah.
I'm in the mood for some lemon cake. Let's do eat that.
Mukbang.
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 All right. Biz 42, what do you think? Or I'm sorry, Speed.
Okay. I kind of agree a lot with what Amber says, and I think the biggest uproar is it's not gaming related, and everybody's like, Twitch, it's for gamers. Only gaming should be on here, and I think Twitch is just trying to broaden their horizons to gather more people to use it. For I believe this social eating has probably brought in a few more streamers that did nothing but, what was it, mukbang? So that's probably gonna come over to Twitch, and it's just gonna make money. So I don't have any problem with it. And I think, like I said, everybody's seeing this, so it's not gaming. It's going to be more and more stuff added, and it's eventually Twitch is not going to be for gamers. It's going to be for any streaming service.
For entertainers.
Yeah, for entertainers.
Yeah, just like, I mean, with creative, I loved how they just kind of creative, but it's still, you know, it's great. Like, and what I really like, it's now in terms of service, if you had a cooking stream, you weren't allowed to eat it afterwards. It's just like, hey, my food's done. Bye. You know,
Really? I didn't know that.
And yeah,
that's so stupid.
So it kind of, even though you have to switch categories, but now you can kind of actually do that. And it's kind of, and there are people out there who, you know, enjoy that. You learn if you like cook together, if you have a cooking stream and you've actually cooked the same thing the streamer has, and then like you can sit down and eat with them. Like it's kind of, you know.
I'm gonna switch the Game and Talk show so I can eat what I made.
But it's like now it's kind of just like covering their own asses, and kind of, because I've seen a lot more cooking streams than anything on creative. So I guess that makes sense.
Bitches love cooking.
Goodbye.
I couldn't watch it. I'd get fucking hungry to watch a cooking stream.
Oh, my cooking streams would just be like pouring different cans of stuff into a crock pot, and then like, hey, let's just sit here and like drink for.
Good points. All right, Mr. 42, what about you?
So I got positives and negatives about it. The positives, obviously, the stuff that we've kind of already mentioned. It's good for the people who actually will use it to its full advantage and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
that'll be
my negative with it, and this is like something that's actually happened to me already. And it's not even just the social eating thing, it's happened with other stuff too. The thing I don't like about it is the fact that it's associating Twitch with some of the ridiculous streams that people are doing. Like I actually had a person the other day that found out that I used to be a Twitch streamer, and they were like, oh, so do you like sit on your cam and eat? Like they just made that like GIF. Are you gonna do that? And it's like, you don't want to be associated with that, right? Like some people actually come on Twitch to build these really good quality gaming streams, and now they're being associated with these idiots that come on here and stuff their face with food and puke all over the place. And it's just gonna, I kind of wish there was a way that Twitch could kind of branch it off into a separate website, because when I first started watching Twitch, I knew it was all gaming. And now that I'm seeing where it's going with all this creative, and like the thing I'd like about creative is like I found really cool guys doing music stuff in the music sections. Yeah, exactly. And I think that stuff is awesome to have on there. It's just the idiots, like, and that's the thing too. Like I said, there's going to be the people who use the social eating section properly. And I can't wait till there's like, they stream like a huge banquet from like, they have like this huge banquet room, and they have like everybody all dressed up and everything.
42 always has the best ideas for streams. I wish I lived next to you so we could like actually do this stuff and like have a 5-course meal with duck.
Yeah.
Somebody's
I'm
gonna
still waiting
stream
for bedtime stories of robot with his fireplace and big ass chair.
Yeah.
A pipe.
Somebody's gonna stream a fucking like reenactment of the Last Supper on
Yeah,
creative.
that's
now.
what I thought of.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think of that.
I didn't think of that either. Judas, get out of here.
Let's request the table for 24, but I'll sit on the same side.
microphones.
What you just said, 42, I've talked to 2 people, and the first thing I said, oh yeah, I actually, if in my free time, I stream on Twitch. And 2 separate people in 2 different cities, the first thing they said was, isn't that where all like the cam girls like show themselves on? I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's
You're a
bad.
cam guy.
First,
That's
yeah.
bad.
and that's the thing too. Like, and this kind of goes back to what Amber was saying about Twitch needing a better search section. Is it sucks when you like, and that's why I'm kind of happy that I stopped streaming, because I can stop associating myself with that crap. Because I can't tell you how many times I've had people that are like, yeah, man, I go on Twitch all the time, but all I watch is just the girls that put their tits out and play games, because that's my fetish. Just hot girls playing video games. And it's like, yeah, but there's better stuff on there, right?
So
like
weird.
And being a streamer, you try to build that, but there's just all these distractions that the modern day society just decides that that's something better to watch. So
Yeah.
it just takes away from the people that are actually putting their precious time into it. So it's a little frustrating seeing it.
Just
But,
another stigma.
yeah, I mean, like I said, there's going to be people that use it properly, but right now it's, to me, I think it's a little ridiculous. I could be fine without it.
Yeah.
BBR?
So my initial reaction was like, oh god, more non-gaming content, because like I love Twitch because it's gaming, it's for gamers. Like that's where, like, me as a nerd, like that's what I watch all day, you know. And like 42 said, like people are going to associate it with the low percentage, like horrible people, you know, they get all the attention, not like the actual people that go in and they try to put on a good quality stream or whatever. But at the same time, like if you're a streamer and you stream regularly and you stream 5 hours, 8 hours a day, you have to eat sometime. Personally, I don't like people watching me eat, like all the focus, just the camera on my face. And you guys, you know, it's cool to have conversations, you know, like while you eat. I got that's like I eat probably like a horse, you know. I try to shove it down as fast as possible so I can get back to gaming.
That cream.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What was that girl's name?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, someone in chat, please. It's the 2 brothers and their weird sister who has the mustache and the unibrow, and she's always like.
They always drink warm milk.
Yeah, warm milk in their.
See, and
robes.
that's funny because in Asian culture, it's a sign of respect to like slurp your food.
Yeah, and just munch on
yeah,
it.
like
Yeah. Now, so like, and now I thought about it. I was like, wouldn't it be awesome? You know, we have a show like this, and we always talk about having drinks, beer. Like, wouldn't it be sweet to like, you know, set up and like have like 12 different beers and do like beer sampling with like beef jerky and, you know, and pretzels and just talk about gaming. Like that seems cool. But of course, no beer drinking allowed in social eating. What
Right?
the fuck?
I just
So
searched.
I can
the
drink
first-
beer while I game, but I can't do it during social eating. Like, what's that about?
Yeah.
No, of course, that's for the people who will abuse it, who will get blasted drunk and make an ass of themselves, show their
You
tits.
can't limit that per category. You can't say, oh, you guys will probably abuse it, but you guys probably won't. So we'll allow it for this category, but not for this
then
category.
at the same time, do you guys know who Sour Kool-Aid Joe is?
Yeah.
There still isn't a comedy category on Twitch. We
Oh.
have social eating, but there isn't an official kind of comedy category where like stand-up comedians or sketches or something are allowed. So that's kind of that same thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there are these strict, you know, stipulations with, oh, maybe we could sit here and do like beer tastings and stuff and, you know, whatever, and they wouldn't allow that. And then there are that would make sense on Twitch, like a stand-up comedian wanting their own section, but you know.
Yeah.
Can I make another really funny point?
Yes.
Sure.
I just totally thought about this when you guys were talking. I was trying so hard not to laugh. You need to, and if you're a streamer, you need to invite a girl over and be like, "You want to mukbang together?"
Hey, girl,
And then she'll be like, "What? What are you talking about? And then be like, no, I'll make you dinner and we'll stream it. We'll talk to the chat.
Well, no, you know, like the first, like the official, like
mukbang you so
word
hard.
for official, like the medical term for eating or chewing is masticate. So there's like mastication, or I'm masticating right now. It is masticate.
This gesture couldn't be any more appropriate.
Yeah. I'm masticating these 2 cords of the cob right now.
So good.
Oh my
so good.
God.
Now, and the other thing with social eating, of course, people are going to abuse it or whatever. Now, I went to the social eating section and I checked out the top. There was only like 15 streams going on. 2 of them were like Korean, Asian. You couldn't tell what they were saying. And they were eating and then getting up and they were like dancing. It was really weird. And then the rest of them were just like, oh yeah, dude, I'm drinking a Monster and I'm eating beef jerky. Like they were totally joking to be in the social eating section. And the chat was just full of trolls. Just the whole, like no one in chat was like legitimately nice asking them about their food. It was all like, look at this fat fuck, and it was just mean stuff. And I was like, oh my God. You know, cringy stuff that you would never want to subject yourself to as a streamer. But in the rules, I read it in the rules for social eating, like they suggest if you're streaming and you need to take a break to eat a meal, that you switch to social eating.
They just want you to use it.
Yes, or they're just like, you know, all eating needs to be, you know, over there.
Yeah, or they're tired
what
of
if I have a
like
beer?
streamers who sit like in the League of Legends category, just like eating the whole time.
You know, if you're
they
gonna
get like some accountability.
Yeah, if you're gonna eat dinner for an hour, you know, take a break. If you want to munch on something for 10 minutes and then get back to streaming right away, why switch? I don't know. Anyways, it's just another weird non-gaming thing, but whatever. I'm not gonna bake on Twitch. I'd probably ruin whatever I was making.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you, Robot. When I first heard about it, I'm just like, I don't want to watch people eat. I don't go to restaurants to watch people eat. I like having a camera on my open mouth while I'm slurping. It's just really weird to me. Like, I go on Twitch to watch people create and game. Like, creative section in the cooking, people are cooking. They are creating physical content or they were creating digital content. Social eating is not a creation of any content whatsoever. It's a pastime. It is a fluffed pastime to me. So I know the tone of my voice, it sounds like I'm way more triggered than I actually am about it. I just like, it came at the same time of the bits and emotions are high right now. But I saw this, I'm like, I will never do this. I will never go to twitch.tv/social eating to find a social eating stream. If I'm watching somebody and they go, hey, I'm taking a half an hour break to go eat, let's go over to social eating, I will leave the stream and go watch somebody who's playing games.
Yep.
That's just me.
And I'm kind of like when I stream and I do need to take a break, which is probably far too often, but if I do need to eat or something, I'll already have like a couple sandwiches or something pre-made, and I'm just like, you know, like during those like 3 minutes or something that a song is playing, and I'm just not like, hey, you know, or I have just like some crackers or trail mix or something, and I'm just like eating throughout, but not making a big deal out of it.
Yep, I agree.
All right, well, we are running out of time, so I'm just gonna rapid fire through these. Does anyone have any? What? Does anyone have any final thoughts on social eating?
Nope.
Nope. There's already been people puking on stream. I've seen many odd shots of it already. People just stuffing their face.
Those are the retards.
Yeah,
they're gonna ruin it for everybody.
Yep. 2 quick points. One, we kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but the BioShock collection was announced. It was actually leaked. It was accidentally posted to their website like a couple days before they announced it. But if you own BioShock 1 or BioShock 2, you will automatically get access to the BioShock collection, which is Remastered 1, Remastered 2, and BioShock Infinite. That's really cool. The second point that we didn't get to was that Battlefield 4 might be dropping Battle Log. It looks like they are working on a new UI for matchmaking. So as you know, right now we use Battle Log to find games, find servers, favorites, badges, battle packs, all that stuff. So it looks like they're going to be working on a new platform to do the multiplayer. I'm going to post both these links in the chat. Do any of you guys have any quick points to make on either of these articles?
I've never really played Bioshock, and I've never played a multiplayer Battlefield, so
Battlefield. I liked Battle Log. If they could do it better in game, more power to them.
Sure.
Battle
Amber,
Log did a lot.
I think you had. Did you add those articles? Who did?
No.
Who was that?
That was me.
Okay. Well, thank you for adding those articles. Sorry, they got kind of overrun by the Twitch category.
Okay.
It's crazy. We used to have pages of gaming points to talk about for GSN Weekly. We had 3 things, and we went like an hour just on those topics.
That's what happens when you have so many people on the show.
And
there's just a lot of conversation and bouncing off each other.
And that is the point of this show right there. Moving quickly to the chat participation party. This is the point where you guys get to interact with the show. Unfortunately, we're going to have to speed through this a little bit. I'm going to post a straw poll in the chat. Let us know if you guys would use bits, whether you are a viewer or a streamer. And then after the Q&A, we are actually going to check that straw poll, kind of look at the results, get a feel for how you guys are thinking about bits right now. First, I want to ask you guys a question real quick. You the guests. What food or any edible substance have you gotten from a single restaurant for years and never ordered anything else? What did you get the first time you got there and have been ordering ever since? Now, if you tried like one other thing, that's fine. But what's the one food that you always come back to? So, Amber, I'll let you go first.
probably the Frisco melt from Steak and Shake.
I've never had Steak and Shake before. Sounds frisky.
Yeah. It's just a like a burger between 2 pieces of toast with Thousand Island sauce and a bunch of cheese. But that's something since high school. I remember, since living in the Midwest, Steak and Shakes are everywhere.
Okay.
I'm always just like, yep, Frisco melt. I know that's always good no matter what Steak and Shake I go to in any other state. Frisco melt. Good.
Okay. Speed.
The place that I would say I'd get like everything, it'd be the same thing every time I go, is a family-owned business that's been around for about 100 years. That long. It's been a while. They've changed buildings. And it's a Mexican place, and they're like one of the only places around here that serve like real Mexican food. It's not like Taco Bell and whatnot. And I get a large plate, which that consists of 4 tacos, 3 enchiladas, 2 hot tamales, Spanish rice, refried beans, and onions and cheese.
Oh my god!
All that for just $11.
No sweet tea.
So about that social eating, I'm just
right. There you go. Set up a laptop
every time I go there, and it's amazing.
Oh my god!
All right, Mr. 42.
You should be 400 pounds,
right?
Okay. Like I have 2 different kind of examples, but this is gonna sound kind of lame. Every time I go to Buffalo Wild Wings, all I get is bonus wings. I haven't tried anything else on their menu.
Street tacos next time you go.
Perfect.
I tried those.
Well, they might not have those here, but I'll check.
Turn it off.
But at if I ever go to a restaurant now, this is my other kind of example. Every time I go to a restaurant, if it's somewhere I haven't been before, the first thing I'll always try is a beef dip. I love beef dip.
Beef dip?
Beef.
Like chili?
No, I don't.
Beef?
I
What
would.
is beef dip?
I wouldn't know what to call it down there. I don't know what you guys would call it. It's like
dip
like
in Canada.
a beef au jus. Isn't that where it's like
yeah.
au jus?
Yeah, au jus.
Au jus.
Not au jus.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we call it
Beef dip. Yo, you want to get your beef dipped?
No. No.
I don't know. I kind of want to. Might make it more appetizing for a lady.
Au jus.
Okay, beef
I
dip.
get that roast beef.
But yeah, that's like my
No.
first thing to go to if I ever go to a new restaurant.
Okay.
Interesting.
BBR.
2 places. Chipotle. The only thing I've ever gotten Chipotle is a burrito, chicken burrito. I've never had anything else my whole time.
Yeah, but you don't like switch up the extras that you put on it.
Nope.
All right.
I am the sort of guy. This question was like made for me because I'm the guy. Everywhere I go, I get one thing and one thing only because I know it's gonna be excellent and that's what I want. I'm not gonna spend $15 to try something else and it suck. And I'm gonna get that burger, that burrito, every single time. Same thing.
That boy.
I'm not very adventurous.
Has it ever happened you walk in there and they just like tell you what you're about to order before you even say it because they know you from ordering the
Jimmy
same
John's
thing
has started doing
Yep.
that to me.
Well, Jimmy John's. I was just gonna say Jimmy John's
Jimmy John's.
too.
Chipotle, they have so many employees, like none of them ever remember me. And I don't go that much. Also, the other place is Five Guys. They know me at Five Guys. Bacon cheeseburger, obviously with mayo, lettuce, pickles, tomatoes, and A1.
That's my kind of burger right there.
So good. A1 on it.
Yeah.
So good. And that is the one thing I've always gotten from Five Guys, and it's always like, mwah, every time I go.
I miss
Every
it. I
time.
used to work right next to a Five Guys, and there was these 3 ladies that worked our same shifts. Oh man, I love them so much. They like became my cousins kind of thing. Where you get like the extra bag of fries, even where it was like they gave me like the bag of fries and then just burger, and I'm just like, I fucking love you guys. I miss them.
I have 2 places as well. Chipotle, steak burrito, every single time. Never gotten anything else. And Potbellies. I have gotten the wreck sandwich. I have been eating Potbellies for, I'd say 7 or 8 years. I've never gotten another sandwich. I've gotten
I'm the same way. The turkey, though.
Yeah.
Turkey on white.
I've gotten.
I'm with Potbelly. I'm the chicken salad with bacon,
As of recently,
toasted.
there's
Social eating.
they started asking if you want to add bacon to like any sandwich. So as a normal American, I say yes every time they ask. It's like the movie Yes Man with bacon. Anytime someone's like, "Sir, would you like to add bacon?" Fucking America, throw it on there, please.
America.
And then they debuted. They had mac and cheese for a while on the side, and they added bacon to that as well.
With bacon bits. Yeah.
So so that's mine.
Or can you get like a smear of bacon mac and cheese
my
on your
God.
sandwich?
I'm getting hungry and haven't eaten.
There's this place
Social
25 minutes away from
eating.
me. They make a burger. It's called the Mac Attack, and it is a legit like amazing meat burger, and it's got mac and cheese on it with bacon bits in the mac and cheese.
Wow.
More like heart attack.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Get it every time I go.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna fly through these last couple points. We had a straw poll. I think I have the desktop scene ready to go. Please don't show my social, my
Security number.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And poop.
Trying to make this the longest Crocs and Hot Pocket episode ever. Even though it's episode 3, we're just
It's
gonna
been getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
each time.
every single time you guys have me on. Even then, I'm just gonna try and make it longer and longer.
I love it.
Yep.
So the straw poll for this this week was: will you guys be using Twitch bits? Looks like yes, had a couple votes. No, only had 1 vote, which is actually really surprising to me. And then the lead was not sure, waiting to see how it develops. So you know what, everybody in this chat, good for fucking you for like being normal and like thinking about your thoughts and emotions before just spewing them out on the internet. Thank you for like looking at Twitch as a community-based platform and saying, you know what, maybe they're onto something. So I applaud everybody in this chat that voted on that straw poll. I will always give Twitch the benefit of the doubt. They have never given me a reason to not be okay with their decisions. They could fuck that up really quickly if they wanted, but up until then, I think we'll be all right. So thank you everybody that participated in that straw poll. And what was the?
I'm sorry.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Look what Butter said.
Exactly. I thought that you guys were going to catch that.
I did not.
Nope.
I'm
Nobody said that.
pretty disappointed.
I think I've already said
No, I'm
enough
disappointed.
horrible
I'm
things.
disappointed. I'm disappointed in you guys drinking your fucking water and your fucking
Right.
whatever.
For those of you who have water tonight, you have no more free passes. No more get out of free drink cards. If there's not a
Robot.
beer on this next show, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I'm on my 4th, please.
No, you're fine. Speed, motherfucking sweet tea demon, get your shit together. Robot,
Put some rum in that sweet tea.
How about
next time.
speed
Would that
demon?
even
We'll
taste good?
switch.
Yes.
you should be sweet demon, you
try that.
bitch.
Yeah, sweet tea demon.
Sweet tea demon. Yes.
Spend less money on crack for your dog and buy yourself some goddamn alcohol. Actually, I know Speed. I know you don't drink too much, so you're okay. But Robot, you
It's
have no
fine.
fucking
No,
excuse.
peer pressure, don't do it.
Don't
No,
do
I
it.
do
Have
a
a
little
good
bit,
beer
but again,
next
I
time.
can never find a good beer. Like that, like in like the store, the liquor store. There's like a little bit of beer here, and there's a big freezer you could walk in. Is Budweiser and Bud Light.
Oh
and it just-
god, I can't
The
wait till
only
you come
thing
to
around here I
Michigan.
can find is liquor. So, and I mean, I don't drink liquor a lot. So.
Hey, you know what's closer than Michigan? Indianapolis. Just come on up, man.
If you see her before you see me, I will lose my fucking shit.
I already have the guest room ready. I mean, I told you I live like
Sure.
walking distance within like 10 breweries. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I got a bed right here.
Do you have sheets on your bed this time?
Yes. Oh my god. Look.
Look,
Be done
I'll
with
show
it.
you.
Speed and 42 are gonna mukbang.
Mukbang.
Yeah.
Okay, question and answer. We have 8 questions. Rapid fire, rapid fire, rapid fire. What's your favorite game to play, Amber?
Platformer?
He said rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Platformer.
Rapid fire.
Platformer.
I was thinking like, oh, genre, platformer.
Okay, you can do either genre or game. Okay, Speed.
We went over this last episode, and I don't know, but
Give me a game.
Oh my god.
Rocket League. I just gave a random game. There we
Good.
go.
42.
Rocket League.
Robot.
Overwatch.
I'm gonna say as of right now, Gang Beasts online multiplayer beta.
Oh, that we've had a blast.
That one came from Chris Alberti 123. Thank you, Chris. Next one is from Bleed Fuel.
Okay, wait. No, I'd like to amend my answer and I'd say Polybridge.
Okay. Polybridge.
What?
Yes.
Oh, poly.
Next one comes from Bleed Fuel. What is your favorite game to stream and why? Amber, you're first.
A game that nobody else knows about because I would like to help the devs and promote their game so they can make more money and have fun because that's great.
Boom.
Fucking good night. Speed, you don't stream. 42.
I don't.
Rapid fire,
stream, but
motherfucker.
If I was going to stream it. Go ahead.
No, go for it. Just go.
Yeah,
If I
go.
was going to stream it, it'd probably be something different all the time. So
What?
I would have a
42, go.
particular game I stream all the time.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto. Races with viewers.
Robot.
Life is Strange was my favorite last streamed game
My favorite last stream game.
because of chat.
Fuck. Why didn't I take this time to think?
Too busy.
You know what? Anything that we do for the couch stream. The couch streams on my house are my fucking favorite. Next one comes from Mr. Vans Man. Favorite pickup from the summer sale. We kind of went over that, so we're gonna skip that one. Sorry, Vans.
No!
Okay, fine. Amber, go.
I think Hyperlight Drifter because I was harping on it for a while for being only 30 FPS with intense combat, so I was worried about the controls, but I'm very excited because everybody loves the secrets and the exploration and stuff, so everybody should go buy Hyperlight Drifter. Yay!
Speed.
Sorry, I was trying to do something with chat. I was trying to ban someone. I didn't hear the question.
Favorite game that you bought at Steam sale.
So far, BioShock.
2? 42?
Jackbox Party Pack is the only thing I got.
Okay, Robot.
Dishonored.
Okay, I'm gonna say wasted. Haven't played it though yet. So next one comes from Bleed Fuel. Speed, are you in the bathroom?
No. Everybody asks this every time. I live with my grandparents. The door's big enough for a wheelchair to go through, so I help them around the house. That's why I'm over here.
It does
Cool.
look like you have a spring up shower in your background as well. Is that like a laundry hanging little tent?
Yes, they hang laundry there after we do it.
Okay.
So.
All right, next question calls from Pow. No, I'm sorry, Ideal Shooting. Amber, who do you think is a better CS:GO
Jesus.
team, Envy or Navi? Also, who's a better player, Kenny S or Jesper W?
Well, I would say that Envy does have the better record, but Navi are my favorite players overall, just because I don't like Evius, and I hate JW's stupid fucking face, even though he's a better player. But I like Guardian.
I like that
so-
reasoning. Okay, awesome. Thank you. This one comes from Paul. Why is the pretzel dough hot pocket the best hot pocket? I did not know that existed.
I had no
Me neither.
idea. I've never had a hot pocket in my life.
Ah!
What kind of hot pocket?
Never.
You've probably never worn Crocs either, have you?
Nope.
That was a big.
How did
thing,
he get
like,
on
10
this
years
stream?
ago.
He's a sham.
I know somebody.
Honestly,
It's all about who you know.
the percentage of Americans that have both like Hot Pockets and Crocs is very tiny. There's not many people who are
I think
that
this is the
out
favorite
there.
thing about like the title of your show is how easy it is to fuck it up.
Hot crotches and poop cackets.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to say once you start drinking beer. It just gets harder and harder. Oh, they tried to warn me. Okay, last question. This one comes from Poplocks. Anyone hype for Tekken 7? We can all answer at the same time. 1, 2,
No.
3. No.
No.
Yes. Oh,
I'm just not a fighting game person at all.
Me either. No.
if anything, I
Smash,
I
maybe.
grew up playing Tekken in arcades and brother's PlayStation, so I was never a big Street Fighter person. So that's all.
Okay.
And now
Well-
that I have a PS4, I'm probably gonna buy that shit.
Ooh, that would be a good couch game for people that are coming over. I don't know how much I would like stream that or play
Well, and-
online.
And I want to try and mod one of my Raspberry Pis to maybe make my own fight stick, just as kind of a side project.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of excited
Yes.
for that.
I would love to see that. Okay, awesome. All right, cool. Guys, we are going to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody that is a guest on the show. I appreciate you guys coming on and spending this time with me and with chat. Everybody in chat, those of you who submitted questions for the question and answer, those of you who voted in the straw poll, even there was already a couple people that submitted news articles. Shit! Salty submitted a news article this week in the Discord, and we forgot to go over it. Salty, I'm sorry.
CS:GO betting.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what it's about. All right.
Yeah, we didn't have time anyways.
We will talk about that next week because I think that is also a very huge controversy that is going on Twitch right now. So I think it's a good idea for us to return to that. So we'll come back to that. Again, just a few closing points. If you guys want to submit articles for us to talk about, you can use the Neckers Discord that is linked down below. I look forward to talking about news that we might not be privy to. But we're going to go around the room once more. Everybody's going to give out their social media and give out any events or streams that they might have coming out soon. So, Amber's Arcade, who are you and what do you got coming up?
Like I said, Google Amber's Arcade, one word, no apostrophe. That's me. That's cool. I do have Tuesday and Wednesday off this next week, so I'm gonna try and stream. If you guys want to come hang out, I will be at Gen Con, which is actually a board gaming, the biggest gaming event
My
in the
buddy will
country,
be there.
but it's for board games and RPGs and all that stuff in Indianapolis in August. And then just to throw it out there, I just discovered the G-Dex, which is it's an indie game expo that's going on in Columbus, Ohio in October over Halloween weekend that I will definitely be there all 3 days partying. It'll be great. But hopefully I'll be on the show before then again. I don't know. But
Love
yeah,
to have you back.
that's it. That is it.
Okay, awesome. Mr. Speed Demon.
Don't do social media. I want to try to be better because every time I get on here, Knackers bickers at me. So you can usually find me on the forums and in the GSN Discord.
Awesome. 42?
I'm on Twitter, Mr42TV, and on Twitch and Snapchat at Mr42, and on the GSN gaming forums and Discord.
Awesome. BBR.
Bad Bad Robot. You can follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Snapchat at the Bad Bad Robot. I stream 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And upcoming streams: Red Dead Redemption, Fallout 4 DLC, and more.
Good shit. And as you guys know, my name is Knackers. On Twitter, I am NAAACKERS. And on Twitch, I am Knackers TV. I have shows on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Right now, I am streaming Uncharted 2. I'm also streaming Bioshock Infinite. And Wasted is going to be coming up pretty soon. Binding of Isaac is going to be coming up pretty soon. But probably won't get to those by the next time we have a show. So again, thank you to everybody in chat for hanging out. This has been an awesome experience. Once again, episode 3 was fantastic. Guests, thank you for being here.
Go watch SDGQ.
Yeah, SDGQ is on right now. They're speed running like crazy.
And we got a chat for it in Discord as well. So if you guys want to chat and discuss what's going on, you can do it in our GSN Discord.
Awesome. Well, this has been a great episode, guys. We will see you in 2 weeks for episode 4 of Crocs and Hot Pockets. We will see you next time.